Alrighty, welcome and hello. We should be live. I am your host, who is barely alive, Romeo Bells. And Benjamin has just hopped in the arena. Yeah, today's going to be our usual closed lobby Friday stream. Special guest today is Fujin Takama, channel featured on mine. And we're going to be discussing a little bit of the Ukraine conflict, or however long that goes. But more so as like a learning thing, because I'm overwhelmingly ignorant on the subject, and I think it's time to fix that. So Benjamin's super knowledgeable. I imagine Fujin's also super knowledgeable on the subject, so I'll just be chatting with the three. Got it. Speaking of Fujin.
Hello, hello.
Balanced.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. So Fujin's turned all the way up. Fujin, could you speak a little more?
Hey.
Turn Benjamin. That mean viewers can't join? Oh yeah, today is not viewer battles. Can't join. Oh yeah, today is not viewer. Those are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Fridays are closed lobbies. With if you're interested in being our third person, then you know, feel free to express your interest. We'll get you in voice chat on a different occasion so I can test out how that ends. But yes, today is not viewer battles, Kai.
Might be a bit dodgy today.
Okay, all good.
Because my Wi-Fi extender is not working right now for some reason, so I'm using it's going a further distance than usual.
Gotcha.
That sucks.
Speaking of dodgy, my breathing is dodgy as usual. I'm gonna start the stream off taking my nebulizer.
Perfectly understandable.
You're turning into a nebula. Right? That's impressive.
1 second, I can't hear you. I took my headphones off. All right, what'd you say?
You're turning into a nebula, Romeo. That's pretty impressive.
They did tell me that I was beautiful like the cosmos back when I was in middle school. Mr. Galaxy.
Alright.
Alright. Fujin's up first. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute. You two can have the floor since I won't be able to speak while this is running. But yeah.
Okay.
Alright, thanks for being here, Bo.
Yeah.
That's alright. Time to see how bad the lag is. If hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, Remy will probably field questions once he gets done nebulizing. Hi, just so you know.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know that Romeo has like explicitly. I know when we mentioned it last night, he hasn't really looked into the Ukraine issue a lot before. So, as far as sides are concerned, yeah, that's kind of probably what we're discussing. Since my understanding is that he, like, maybe more people believes that you should know more about the subject before you take sides on things. I don't want to speak for him, of course, but that is my impression.
No, that's perfectly right, Benjamin. Correct. I have not taken a side, although ultimately I do side with Ukraine generally, with my limited understanding.
Sure.
But that's primarily because of my beliefs on peace.
Sure. Yeah, Liz. I mean,
Please stand up, Lucina.
the war is up.
Okay, taking back the drive. GG, Fujin.
The lag was okay at the beginning, but it came to bite me later on.
Agreed. It definitely isn't too bad though. Like we can workshop
Yeah,
that. I think
it's doable. I can get used to the input lag, but
Yeah.
Let's see. Understandable. Okay. I have TP. Oh, Twilight Princess. I dare you start stream when there's 10 minutes left of school. Usually I do wait 10 minutes until about 3:30, but Benjamin and Fujin were both ready, so I had to hop on. All right.
Fair enough.
Back to nebulizing. Almost.
How you doing, Fujin?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's been a busy week. I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I technically should be doing work now, but I've got enough time to do it later and also come to stream, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I just finished with my midterm this week, so.
Oh wow. Any thoughts? How do you think that's going to be?
Oh, I think it's gonna be fine. since the classes that I take right now are just history classes and midterms are like, oh, write some stuff about what we talked about and what we learned. And I like to think I write pretty okay, so we'll be fine.
Good to hear.
Yep. The one I had today was for my Eastern European history class. So,
Oh well, that's topical.
it is topical, yeah. The stuff we're talking about is a little bit before this particular issue, but
Yeah, I would imagine so.
yeah. But history's run for a while, so everything's relevant in some way or another.
That's true.
Yep.
We're living in the history right now. We're going to be in the
That's
textbooks.
true. Not me.
Romeo will be, undoubtedly.
You're right.
Somewhere.
Aw. I thought that was gonna work. Oh well.
Oh. He's being very eager to use the forward air of this game, and it's paying off.
Yep. As you can see, I am not the greatest commentator myself.
Not as well. Romeo
Alas.
is the
Yep.
heart of the channel. Without him, we are nothing. Oh. Hold on a moment.
Hold on a moment.
Well, obviously didn't stop playing, but...
Oh.
Oh, I had a communication error, so
Oh, really?
but luckily I was just watching the match, so it didn't affect anything.
That's good.
This might be happening often because of the no Wi-Fi
Yeah.
extender problem.
Alright, GG, Benjamin, GG. Whew.
Yeah, GG.
Whew. Yes, let's go, baby. Let's see. Also, Romeo, not to be insulting, but how come you have that thing on your face? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, I have a respiratory infection of some kind. Still don't know what it is. But it's just bad. I have a wicked cough, and I'm pretty damn sick. So I'm just taking my medicine so I can speak and
Oh,
breathe
I'm
and
just
stuff.
gonna change character.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Members only, or does it just mean like a small lobby? Oh yeah, I added Friday, but I wanted to have more time to play with Benjamin specifically because he was kicking my ass during the streams. He still does, by the way. That me winning the first game of the stream, super rare. It's usually like 1 to 10. But then it was like, who was it? Was it Blue Spark? Yeah, Blue Spark was training for a tournament, so we had him on as like a special guest to help him with that. And it's kind of become a tradition where it'll be the two of us playing, and then we'll have special guest. So Fujin is today, and I got to put his sexy ass avatar in the thumbnail. That was cool.
Yeah, thank you. I saw that, Romeo. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
It is a
thank
very
you.
nice avatar.
Oh my god,
I made it back somehow.
I wanted you gone, Fujin.
I know you did. I managed to somehow get back from that.
I Hocus Pocus hates you.
It does. It always does.
And I have a little bit more of the nebulizer to go. I'm a career asthmatic. I'm gonna mute one more time. Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gone now.
You're right, me too. It is Fujin Gaming.
Oh, I I made the mistake of looking at chat while I was fighting Romeo, and that was quite foolish of me.
Yeah, don't do that. I got it covered.
My goodness.
Know that you have Niku's support, though.
I appreciate that.
What's gonna help you rob the game?
Romeo is not letting me up here. He's not letting me land at all. Oh no, that was... There was a slight input lag on the... Oh no, Romeo killed himself. I can't tell if that was intentional, but I assume it was.
Probably.
I can't believe Romeo interrupted my Zoom call like that.
How dare he?
That did not work out as well as I expected it to.
Yeah, I'm pretty congested, and terrible cough. My nebulizer, I went from not taking it like at all in the past 2 years, taking it 5 to 8 times a day, just to function. Every time I move, I cough, like a one of the
That sucks.
lawnmowers. Do the ripcord, like vroom, you know, and then it starts up. Yeah, I have to cough in order to get my body moving. Yeah, it does suck. But GG, Fujin.
Take that one.
Even with the nebulizer.
No, Benjamin, no.
I'll take that one for
no,
free.
God damn it. Everything I tried to do there got stuffed out. Literally everything.
Tenebrae, the crippled man has been beating us down. It's nothing stops Romeo from beating us, even illness.
You say that, but did you see what Benjamin did to me? I usually lose these.
That's true. But I believe in you, Romeo.
Oh wait, Fujin believes in me? No one's ever said that, but god damn it. It wasn't even worth it. I traded with the fucking gore. Never jumps, I don't know why. No! No! God!
Here comes the bad move.
Yeah, the very bad move. From me, actually. Great, glad it hit.
Dang.
No, that didn't hit. I would've been sick if I got...
You got the parry.
I did get the parry.
You didn't follow up on it though.
Let's go, let's go. No! Okay, well, nebulizer treatment's over, because I dropped the fucking medicine on the floor.
Man. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to do that either.
The floor, yeah.
I'm also not supposed to get 0 to death by Benjamin at the start of the match, too. God damn it, Gordo.
He landed on the Gordo.
Okay. No, I wanted you to jump. No, no.
I did.
Well, I wanted you to jump, like, more towards me.
So you're saying is, Romeo, you wanted him to die?
I wish. Yeah, specifically,
Exactly.
I want him to lose both of his stocks right now. You piece of shit. Why would you do that? Why would you inhale right there?
It seemed like the right choice.
No one would make that decision.
I did.
God, I'm sick of you. Oh my goodness, Benjamin. We're supposed to be talking about world conflict.
This is the world conflict.
Yeah,
this
he's
is how
put-
Ukraine versus Russia will be resolved.
I am legitimately in the gulag right now.
They just need to invite Putin to a Smash game, and then everything will be fixed.
No, no, kill. Thank you. I mean, like, hit me. I wanted you to save me. Thank you, Ben.
Wouldn't you have been able to drip back from there?
No, I don't think so. Not from there.
That's alright. It's my job to kill you, not your job.
Yeah, come on. I was behind you. I tried to do the Miku roll, man. All right, GG.
The registered trademark Miku roll.
You may have simply developed asthma. Oh, Kai, I've had asthma my whole life.
I gotta step out for just a second.
All right, sounds good, Benjamin. Yeah, I've had asthma my whole life. That's why I'm pretty decent at telling. I've had pneumonia a few times, But when it comes to like my asthma, my allergies, I've gotten pretty good at managing those. This is something else. Can guarantee you on that one. But thank you.
This is super asthma.
Said what?
This is super asthma.
Yeah, super asthma. They released Asthma 2.0. I got it. I got the early access.
They released Asthma 2, now it's personal.
Oh god damn it, Fujin. You can't make me laugh or I die. Like you laugh, you lose, but with stakes. Ooh. No, I did it too early. Good delay on that, Fujin. No, you can't let me have those, Fujin.
There's literally nothing I can do, Remy.
Hey, you have to jump or air dodge as soon as I get you in that position. Otherwise, it's over. You like that? Like that?
There's input lag. I can't decide when to do it.
That makes sense. Because I have like the extra whatever. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm on like 2 bars of Wi-Fi as opposed to 4 right now.
Oh man.
It doesn't.
God damn it!
Falcon's like the slimmest man in the world, so I can't actually hit him when I have the chance.
I'm good. Oh, is he good air dodge right there, Fujin? Good air dodge.
But that was actually unintentional. I intended to air dodge like 3 minutes earlier.
That's funny. I'm literally always gonna go for that. Well, I'll take it. A lot of damage.
Kill you.
I'm gonna cosplay Captain Falcon one day, but with his body. That's gonna be like my life again, by the torso. It's gonna be an arduous task, but when I make it, then I'll get super fat. Oh god. Oh, no, we don't have to do that.
You just lived, okay.
I did live, exactly. I have the Captain Falcon body.
Sorry about that. My mail has arrived.
Alright, congratulations
Thank you.
on not getting porch pirated. I thought you were gonna zoom. Ooh, that would have been death.
My forwarder just didn't come out.
Alright, and now Fujin for the finisher. Oh, actually, I meant to land on the platform. Oops.
Oh, it's fine, I missed the platform.
Oh, to answer your question from earlier, Tenebrae, yes, it does.
No, Kai, I'm specifically letting you know that it's not just their clothes more than they should be. I'm saying, like, I've had this going on, this infection, probably for the past, I want to say 3 weeks, and it's gotten progressively worse. I can guarantee you it's something a little bit more than that. Let's see. Have you thought about where or how you might have gotten, like, anything in your environment? I did start cleaning my rabbit's cage, and that could have potentially introduced it. My brother was sick a while back, and I caught that from him. That could have introduced something to my lungs. I'm not necessarily sure. My exposure is pretty low. I don't really go places. So it's not... It's likely to come from one of my family members, whatever it is. Or, again, but I'm not doing that anymore. At least for the time being. There's been no market improvement. Typically with allergens, once you get away from them, don't have it linger with you wherever you go. I spent about a day and a half away from the bunny entirely. From cleaning the environment and no market improvement. Which is partially why I started back streaming. Yes, Benjamin, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no problem.
So generous. Alright, so now I'm fully able to participate in conversation. By fully, I mean partially.
Cool.
Air dodge. Means that whenever you all are ready to get started, hope you know I wanted the first hit, so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, I'm set, I think, whenever we're ready for that.
Yeah, I guess I didn't talk to you about it beforehand, Fujin, so I didn't know if you wanted to have this chat, but I figured it'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Alright, sweet. I feel like there couldn't be a better roster for the discussion. No! That was a knee in the back of the head moment. But basically, the way I had intended to structure this conversation, more so as an interview. Thank you again, Benjamin. You're so kind today. More so as an interview, since, again, I don't know anything about the conflict besides what I've seen other people talking about. And I already know that a lot of those people haven't actually looked at, for example, the history, nor are they really representing anything other than their personal, affinities, one country, or one lifestyle or another. And I find that wholly unhelpful when we're discussing, right, either the objective value of a decision, conflict, or the subjective moral value, right? God damn it, man. Well, I don't think that there are objective morals. I do think that there are consistent morals, right? A lot of times we'll agree with something that we really aren't represented by, simply because it's convenient for us in the moment. And that's the thing that I like to avoid more than moral inconsistency. So in this regard, any sort of tangible, concrete, factual knowledge and evidence you guys have to offer is worth its weight in gold. And also your own interpretations. Just please try to make it clear where we're extrapolating. Does that make sense?
Sure.
For the sake of the audience and sound good?
Yeah.
So
if it doesn't sound like I'm doing that, then just prompt me to confirm one way or the other.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes to people in the audience as well. God damn it, I thought I was out of range. How? How? Oh my
That
goodness.
hammer was a bad move, man.
God, it's such a bad move. You guys saw how big that was. It was terrible. Alright, GG.
Yeah.
Maybe, but doctors might overlook actual causes of inhaled gas that is supposed to be inhaled and gasoline. Nah. Welcome, Fish Sticks. Good to see you.
Hey, Sir Sticks.
Russia's attacked Ukraine without announcing it, and so all members of a government organization called NATO are soon predicted to help Ukraine. Yep, I've heard that.
Soon predicted to be. They technically already are.
Okay.
They are, yeah. It depends on what you mean by helping, I guess.
Well, providing munitions and...
Yeah, they're providing military aid and that kind of thing. But NATO won't, like, get involved much beyond that.
Yeah, which is
because they don't have the mandate to. Yeah, exactly.
They don't exactly want to begin a world conflict. That's not really in their best interest.
Right.
No.
So the talks of World War III...
It's not really in anyone's best interest.
For that reason, World War III doesn't sound like it's gonna happen. Now, I have heard that if...
Yeah, it's not in the cards.
China takes lead and does the same with Taiwan, that may be a little bit more, I don't know, likely to draw people into conflict, but I'm not sure. But I think Taiwan has, like, actual allies. I don't know.
Yeah, Taiwan has a much longer standing relationship with, specifically the United States.
Yes.
Whereas Ukraine has kind of, like, I don't want to say waffled back and forth, because Ukraine has two big political parties inside its country, and one of them is, like, pro-Russian, and the other one is pro-EU and pro-Europe, basically.
Yeah.
And the revolution that put the current president in power is what switched them from being Russia-oriented to Europe-oriented.
Okay. And when did that take place?
Do you know the date of that, Fujin? I know it was fairly recent.
I'm afraid I don't know. It was like, I think it was early 90s, most likely, but it might also be...
No, not that one, but the like the one that specifically put Zelensky in power.
Oh, that was much more recently, but I can't remember what the exact date was.
Within like the last 2 to 5 years, or?
No, that would have been
I think it was like a decade or so.
Okay.
Yeah, was it 2014 that happened, or was
I think it was 2014. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is coincidentally the same year that Crimea annexed, and I say coincidentally
my shield.
Because those are not a coincidence.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I broke up a little bit for me, Benjamin. You said which coincidentally what happened?
I say coincidentally, but I mean that those really.
No, yeah. I actually don't know what the event is that you're talking about that happened. I didn't hear that part.
The annexation of Crimea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure both of those things took place in 2014. But I'm open to being corrected about the actual revolution.
Okay.
Because I'm not 100% sure.
All right, sweet. I appreciate the background information. I remembered. 1 second, somebody's knocking. Oh, it's fine. I'll get it out. 1 second. I need to grab something. So stream might die. What do you need, True?
No worries.
Alright, she's gonna go check what she needs out of the deep freezer. I don't have my own house yet, so I have a deep freezer desk. But once she lets me know, I'll be getting something out. But I'd heard something about okay, chicken tip. Annexation of Crimea being like a sour spot for Ukraine because it was basically like setting the grounds for this to happen at some point.
That's probably true.
And you know that conversation came up like every year since. So when I hear people phrase things as if, you know, Ukraine has been escalating the situation, I can't help but remember that happened, you know?
Yeah.
But again, still not making any. Nope, those are chicken nuggets. They're chicken tenders, right?
Yep.
Yep, normally I would mute for this part. You guys get to hear the whole process of me going through this goddamn video. Those are chicken nuggets and not chicken. Sure she didn't want chicken nuggets? Okay, because if I pull out a third bag of chicken nuggets, she's getting chicken nuggets. Oh my god.
Okay, my shield survived that somehow.
I was in the air. That's why I
Also,
survived.
stream hasn't frozen. That is crazy. My capture card must have known that I was about to replace it, because this goddamn overtime. I'm not. But I can keep digging.
Oh.
You already know with the deep freezer. Everything that she wants is always at the very bottom. Why I hate going in there.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Did you say you
That
were
was it.
funny? GG.
I tried to go down,
Gee.
but the input lag did not let me escape quickly.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
King DDD with his fat belly.
Yep, King DDD with his fat belly. Okay.
That's him.
That's
That's
him.
the man.
Benjamin says that's the man, Truth. Got it right.
Let me see
You
here.
guys can run another one because I'm still looking for chicken tenders and not nuggets.
Benjamin.
Oh my goodness. Static. I don't let her on stream because you never know what she's gonna say. So enjoy this time, Truth. Alright. I'll read your message once I find these chicken tenders. You guys can run another game.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at what Tenebrae was
Oh,
saying.
jeez.
I think that's very apt. I think it's a very apt assessment as well.
No, don't worry about it. I literally
but
just don't see them.
The amount of
Also, I don't have my
it depends on how deep into analyzing what's going on you're going, right? Yeah. Anyway, what you're saying does require a lot of background understanding. I would say to know like that's what everything is happening.
Oh my goodness. Teriyaki chicken fillets. Oh, you guys are actually talking. Let me go ahead and be quiet.
Platforms
I
do
have
not,
still
do not mesh well with your link.
What did you say, Steven?
Ah, there they are. Chicken tenders.
Platforms are not two links friend.
No, definitely not.
I am not in a good position to beat you at all right now.
Okay. Alright.
Platforms are Gorda's friend.
They're not, all of my projectiles require you to be in the air where I can hit you, and the platforms do not help with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I found the chicken tender. Now I just have to put everything back.
I can't even do the bomb combo. I'm like half a toon link right now.
Crippled.
Need to get that nebulizer out of toon link right now.
He's gonna need it.
Who just
Oh,
says
I
he needs
could've
the
just killed
nebula?
you.
I died anyway.
Yeah. GG.
The platforms were not.
There you go,
Yeah.
Truth. Take these chicken tenders. I got them.
Yeah. Platforms are not great for teamwork.
Alright. Almost there. Thank you guys for pausing the conversation for the guy who needs it the most.
No worries. Yeah.
Oh my god. Just for a little bit of context, I've decided I will never own a deep freezer in my life. Never, ever, ever. Due to my experiences here with this specific one. Now, there's supposed to be like a meat side and a vegan side, but every so often people decide that that's not a thing. So I look for the meat on the meat side and it's on the vegan side. And I go to the very bottom side, and then I have to replace everything, meat and vegan, like it wasn't replaced in the first place. So that's why there was so much confusion. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
Do you follow Lent as well, Benjamin?
I observe it, yeah. My mom is Catholic.
Oh well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Murdered his asthma for chicken tendies. For real. For real, I totally did. Alright, let's see. Kai's last message. Although countries like China and North Korea are supporting Russia in any ways possible, they cannot send troops over, they will also be in trouble. Yep, heard that as well. I didn't know about North Korea. Then again, who wants to know North Korea?
Yeah, North Korea is not exactly what I would call politically relevant.
Alright, what
was happening on my internet today.
China's actually encouraging an end to the conflict, which is, when you think about it,
Very
very
interesting.
understandable. Well,
It's probably because it didn't like go as swiftly or as well as they thought it should. You know?
the sanctions. I imagine China
I
does
think
not want the
so.
same sanctions.
Yeah.
That will cripple the Chinese
Um,
economy permanently if they ever have anywhere near this amount of sanctions.
I mean, Russia needs the backing of China a lot more than China needs the backing of Russia, right?
Yes.
Realistically speaking.
Okay.
So,
So real quick, we haven't answered the main question. Why?
sorry.
Why did the
What is
invasion
the main
happen?
question?
Why
Why
are
did
we,
it happen?
Yeah. Why are we here right now?
Just as
Somebody's faxing something.
Yeah, I'm hearing that as well. That's not me, is it?
I don't know. I was just curious if that was like
me?
in effect. Like I asked, why did they invade? And then all of a sudden, fax machine noise is like, oh, there's no answer. Then is there?
Yeah.
It was the fax machine saying invasion on it in big capital letters.
It's kind of a long question to answer, you know? With not one easy answer to it.
Yeah.
Because, like... And it kind of goes into just about everything that we've been talking about so far.
Okay.
And, like, when you're dealing with questions of why something invades, a lot of that is going to be interpretation based on, like, these are all really good reasons why Russia could invade something.
Exactly.
Here's what we think the main reason is, right?
And I'd like
that's
to
what that's going to boil down to. And so what I can talk about are, like, reasons that people think are most valid.
Yeah.
Or, like, what... I don't know, what... yeah, that's essentially what I can offer you here.
So real
for some
quick, I
clarity.
actually wanted to discuss that specifically. So you guys remember the Palatina incident? Yes, I got a stock. That was me, baby. All me. I totally did that.
The Palatina incident, what, the one where she invaded Ukraine? I don't remember.
Yes, I remember.
The Palatina's Temple incident, right? And it is officially established that if anybody picks Palatina's Temple and Sonic and camps me out for the entire match, or does that to anyone on these streams, they're banned. That's
Sure.
a lifetime ban now. Now, with that said, the person that did that is still part of the community, and even should be rejoining the Discord soon, despite other incidents that have happened. Now, I could have reacted a certain way, like I had reason or cause to ban them, cause to, you know, go to war with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was an appropriate response, right? And
Sure.
when I was talking about argumentation yesterday, and like what I don't like, is that a lot of people are answering why we're here with conjectures about how it could be, right? Like, okay, this is justification offered. Does that mean it was appropriate? I don't think that, even though that gets into interpretation or subjectivity, we can actually debate those candidly. Right? I do want to talk about that. Just recognizing that just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean that it is right to do that thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted to get
Because
into.
I understand what you're saying.
There's many reasons as there may be for Russia to invade Ukraine, and none of them were valid enough to cause the invasion to begin with.
Yeah.
And we can...
I did just want to be clear that that is what we would be discussing as well.
Exactly. I appreciate that. That was my understanding of what the situation really boiled down to, even without looking into the specifics. The vibe I got was choose your interpretation, choose your justification, and stick with it because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And instantly, I'm already massively against any conflict between unrelated parties, like us three on the internet or anybody in our community, when there is no... Yeah, yeah. You and Benjamin are really slobber knocking it. Brain.
Yep.
But like, it doesn't make any sense for, you know, so much conflict to be happening in interpersonal communities when it ultimately boils down to which team I want to root because of my proximity, location, etc. So that was what I was trying to say yesterday. I would like to go more into some of those ideas and interpretations, specifically in this conversation, so that we can kind of weigh it. For me personally. But anyway, with that said, I'm going to go close the door, and I'll be back and we can get that started.
All right.
That was close.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, when I died earlier, it was the very upsetting thing of when you hit someone with 2 links up B, you actually lose height.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, if you make contact with someone, there's less height per hit.
That
So
is good to know, actually.
I actually didn't want to hit you when I was recovering there, but I did, and I died.
That is super good to know, because what's a couple % PvP?
Okay, Archiver. We call it the Oak Rule, correct? Someone casts me out ironically, then they will ironically be banned. Just that simple. See? Then to the area of no beauty, the Shadow Realm. Exactly, Archiver. Such a beautiful response.
Warhammer is too large.
And Tenebrae says she's more on the Ukrainian side, mostly because... Wait, why did YouTube send me a notification from my own stream?
That is a good question.
That is very fucking funny.
They want to know that you're... Yeah, they want you to know that you're streaming.
Like, yo, bro, your analytics looking a bit slumpy. Might wanna run the stream on your own. But I'm more on the Ukrainian side, mostly because my partner's in Poland. I don't appreciate Russian aggression in our location. I mean, that's a good enough reason as well. Like, I feel like if somebody said... Oh,
Russia's in clear violation of international.
Yeah, I think being on the Ukrainian side is more than understandable.
Yeah. So...
I would even go so far as to say correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, being upfront about it, like, hey, my partner's in Russia and they're being aggressive and it endangers my literal livelihood out here and my love.
No, yeah, I think that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. But that's at least related to you, right? Individuals who are like, oh, but escalation, they had missiles and stuff. And it's like, the US has had nukes forever, man. And nobody's fucking with us. You know, that's not necessarily a personal reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had that shit. Anyway. Alright. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what are some of these, and take whatever route you want. If you want to take the scenic route, I don't mind, because I'm dumb, all this stuff. So whatever you have to offer, I appreciate the context. But what do you think is a good place to start for, one, how we got here? What are some of the justifications people... And then two, why do you think people are responding to those justifications the way that they are?
Okay. What do you think the best place to start is, Fujin? I can think of a lot of places to start. I just don't know what the best one is.
In terms of like what people who defend Russia are using as justification for doing so.
Well, even people who defend Ukraine, because I imagine there are lots of people who are doing so, that are doing so illegitimately as well.
I think the reasons for defending Ukraine are relatively obvious.
Yes. Okay.
Well, okay, we covered the basic ones obviously, but there are other ones that are slightly more. Like,
yeah.
specific. But I guess.
So I guess here's what I'll start with, right? The fundamental conflict between Ukraine and Russia has been going on for some time, right? This isn't something that cropped up overnight, and it's not something that's going to go away when the war ends, right? Just so that everyone is on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Even the conflict starting with their annexation of Crimea in 2014, like you can kind of go back a little bit from there too, because like Ukraine and Russia had a shared history under the Soviet Union, right? And that shared history was not always positive, right? So there's plenty of good reasons for Ukraine to exist as a nation, first of all, right? Because they're culturally distinct, right?
Yep.
They're linguistically distinct.
Yeah, Ukrainian culture technically existed before what we refer to as Russian culture.
Yeah, exactly. So that is probably the best like starting place for making sure we're all on the same page.
Okay.
Ukrainians have a very like, I don't want to call it fond memory, right? But they do have memory of like the Holodomor, right? That the Russians conducted under the Soviet Union, which was an attempt to kind of like culturally extinguish them and make them similar to Russians as well, right? And that's all during the Soviet Union. So it runs back away, right? These are two people who like have historically not liked each other before, but as I said, they have a shared history as well. So it goes back.
Okay.
If you want to look at like, so in my opinion, if you want to talk about the conflict that started, this past couple of weeks, then you probably want to start around the annexation of Crimea.
Okay.
That's my opinion. If not before, yeah. I would say that most people would probably want to start there. I would start before.
So we've had several attempts to assimilate / extinguish the culture.
Yep.
Over the years, going back
over
as far as dissolution of the Soviet Union. Is that correct?
I say
going back to before then.
Oh, before then.
While they were still part of the Soviet Union.
While they were still part of the Soviet Union, but this distinct Ukrainian culture existed even at that time, is what you're saying.
Oh,
yeah, it existed long before.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Like
before
Ukrainian
Russia was
culture. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can start.
No, Fujian, finish what you're saying.
Okay. um, I asked you to start because I was fighting Romeo, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Like Ukrainian culture as a identity and thing existed, like around the same time as the formation of the Russian people, right?
Oh,
So it
interesting.
has always been a distinct like group, essentially.
Gotcha.
They've been very similar because, you know, geography and, like I said, the Cyrillic alphabet and that sort of thing, right, brought them together. But Ukrainian as an identity has been distinct for quite some time, yeah.
Okay.
And they weren't always part of Russia, right? They weren't always part of Russia. They weren't always part of what becomes the Soviet Union.
Interesting.
But they have been for long enough that, like, how do I phrase this?
I'll take that, Romeo.
GG.
The Russians do feel as though there is some validity to their territorial claims as a result of like their kind of de facto leadership over the former Soviet states. So, like, yeah, they're a very linked group, but they're not the same, I guess is the best way to say it.
Now, quick tangent. What are the financial incentives for Russia? Invade.
I was going to get there, in fact, but yeah, there's a few of those. One of them is, well, the big one is energy, right?
Okay, so we're talking like fossil fuels?
Natural gas, mostly.
Ah.
Yeah, natural gas, and then also the nuclear Ukraine, pretty big. Russia's economy is mostly based on exporting oil and natural gas, right? Like they're some people have called them kind of a petro state in the same way that they would call like OPEC countries in the Middle East petro states.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would quite go that far, but it is definitely like the biggest part of their economy is exporting oil and natural gas. And as a result of that, Russia is one of the biggest suppliers of gas and oil to Europe as a whole, right? And the thing that kind of threatens that is when was it? This would have been in 2013-14 as well. Ukraine discovered a pretty sizable like natural gas deposit off the coast of Crimea that fell within their exclusive economic zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Okay.
So because Ukraine would have had access to the same kind of resource, right, and then Ukraine becoming a more Western-aligned state with the political revolution over there, right, Russia felt as though the competition would essentially threaten their whole economy, right, and undermine it when Ukraine started mining these deposits. And annexing Crimea in 2014 does give them control over those particular like deposits that were discovered. In addition to some other like militarily strategic things that they get out of Crimea, like Sevastopol, right? And Russia's pretty proud of its navy, and it needs a base in the Black Sea to kind of maintain all of that. And Sevastopol and Crimea. The Russians were permitted to operate out of there following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, but their contract to continue operating in that particular city, in that port, was going to expire that year as well, and it wasn't going to be renewed.
Yeah.
So a lot of their navy would have like not been usable, in addition to the economic reason.
I did hear about the naval aspect. They had no.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So those are like two things that contributed to that particular annexation in
Which, when we say annexation, is this like, hey, this is mine now, or is it like, hey, I'll pay you a sizable sum for this?
It was very much so. This is mine now.
Okay.
Because, so what happened, to my understanding, is the Russian like army went in to conduct this sort of, they called it a referendum, right, to see whether Crimea wanted to be annexed into the Russian Federation and join them.
Yep.
but it was the kind of thing where it's like the military holds a quote unquote like electoral process, and then the result is like 99% of people in Crimea said yes, we want to be part of Russia. So you look at that, and people are a little bit suspicious of the validity of such a thing.
Yep.
So most countries are like, yeah, that was definitely an annexation where Russian troops went in and said this belongs to us.
I mean, it's very interesting that, you know, with organizations like NATO, the UN, whatever, that we don't
NATO
have...
is another big part of this that I can get into as well.
Okay, I would love it. I'm just giving my very uncultured opinion so you can find it. Why we didn't have other unbiased arbiters present for this? Because it matters to everybody. Arguably, if we had arbitrated this earlier, we wouldn't be where we are right now. May have even gotten the plot started a little sooner. So that's why I'm like, what are y'all doing? Where was America then? Oh wait, no, there was no oil in it for us. Gotcha, that makes sense. Only world police gas. when it's oil involved. Yeah. But anyway, I'll let you continue.
Does everything I'm saying so far match Fujin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, this is Benjamin's actual midterm in food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just my work currently involves like enlightenment period study of the history of mythology, so not quite what I'm studying at the moment, but
okay. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I imagine that culturally speaking, like Benjamin, I assume you go out of your way to be up to date.
Yes, I do.
Yes, because in America, it's very easy to not be. Like, even, for example, the statistics on bilingualism in the world, America's at, like, 40%, and that's, like, 80% immigrants. 90% immigrants who are bilingual. Everywhere else in the world, bilingualism's, like, at a 90% rate. But, you know, we're just so insulated in this country, and I haven't necessarily laid the groundwork to fix that, solve that, so Benjamin's more so asking, I assume, because, one, he wants correct, and two, because you probably have a better idea than average person.
Oh yeah, no, I was just making a joke about the fact that what I'm studying now isn't doesn't cover it.
Tenebrae's clarifications in chat are also very accurate.
Yeah,
I would say, and yeah, those are accurate with my my understanding and interpretation as well. I would say so. I trust her authority as well. Yeah.
Hello, Saad Masood. Oh, all good. It was an interesting message. We retracted it, but yeah, I do appreciate the other contribution, Tenebrae, and I do apologize about that, Turk. Elite Smash online, it's not great. Not only the people who get on there not great, oftentimes, but the experience can be very frustrating with how they handle those types of issues. So I do encourage you to take a break, and hopefully you can get what you need out of these lobbies once we have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you're ready to get back in there and let Phantom crush some heads. Oh god. Okay, anyway. With that being said, I think we're ready to continue on the train.
Okay.
For Ukraine.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Where was I?
God, you were supposed to be under my feet.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's where you were, Benjamin. You just answered the question.
Yeah.
So
also, as a clarification, if people in chat have questions that they want me to address as well, I can do that. I will be slow to get to them because being in game and talking to Romeo. But I will try my best to answer other things. Although I would also trust Tenebrae's judgment on
God damn it! Oh my goodness! So. Oh my goodness! Is it Dr. Benjamin or Dr. Kane? Which you going by today?
I am not a doctor.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Just to clarify, yeah.
But when you
I'm
are
just
a doctor,
a guy who has a bachelor's in international relations.
You have a bachelor's?
So,
You got that big master's energy. Okay, you have two bachelors. Okay, that makes you a master.
I have two, and I'm working on my master's now as well. But,
that's cool. Yeah. I had a professor named Darcy Schmidgall, and she had her master's, and I was the one student in the class who called her Master Schmidgall. It's her lot. It was also kind of weird because it was a race and ethnic relations course, and I'm a black guy, and she's a white lady, and it was like...
Oh, I see.
So she definitely pointed that out, and I thought that was cool as fuck, but I was like, I'm going to say it with the T in there. All right, Master Schmidgall? She's like, as long as the T's there.
I mean, for Benjamin, it works better because it's Master Kane, which remind me of the way Master Wayne when Alfred says it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were going to like.
Yes, I see.
I thought you were going to the Banana Republics where they were picking sugar cane, and it was like, ah, Master Cane. Or
No.
yeah, no. Okay. Okay. Cool.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, we're on two different wavelengths. That's that American slave mindset out here, man. Gotta love it. Yes, Master Cane, Master Wayne. Which did you know that? Well, I assume you know. Alfred in many iterations, especially the Christian Bale ones, he was played by. Oh my God, Michael Caine, right? Isn't that right?
Yes, he was indeed played by Michael Caine.
So Michael Caine was saying
I have
Master
no idea.
Wayne. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I keep subconsciously choosing to link again, even though I probably shouldn't.
And you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, Benjamin's planning to murder us all the same.
Okay, there's no platforms this time. Well, there's the normal amount of platforms.
Yeah, there's the normal one. Yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty sure Benjamin would give this whole seminar and crush us, even if we weren't in VC. So it doesn't matter what character we choose, let alone what we actually do in game.
Tim's giving me a bit of a disadvantage here because, well, at least the platforms are gone now, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Wait, I'm have it. All right, so just to catch
So
them on
yeah,
chat real quick.
where was I?
Just real quick, I want to make sure we're all caught
Okay.
up on chat.
Catch up on
I
that.
did respond to Turk. Okay, America's Virtual Island, great. For NATO, I don't feel all that sympathetic to the Russian Federation position. Countries practically did everything in their power to become more democratic and liberal to join. And NATO, just so they fall back into Russian orbit, Tenebrae says. And then Miku says, I will yassify the situation for everyone's comprehension. Ukraine wants to be a girl boss, but Russia is gatekeeping Ukraine and gaslighting the world news with propaganda. Absolutely. Because Russia says
Emphasis on gaslighting.
emphasis on gaslighting.
Natural gaslighting.
Natural
I'm saying, yeah.
gaslighting. That's funny.
Thank you, Region.
Oh, that's great.
How did that bomb not hit you?
It just went over my head.
Yep.
But it like touched your entire backside and nothing happened.
Yeah, DDD's ass is, what is it? Hips do lie. There we go. Like,
He
so
is smaller
secure.
than he appears.
Which is kind of irritating.
Unless it's convenient for him to. Oh no, I shouldn't have told you, Benjamin, about the if I hit you, I don't go as
Yeah.
high up.
We should not have.
I really sabotaged myself with that one.
Yeah,
He
now that I
literally
know.
will use it against you any chance you get.
I
Like,
appreciate
think,
you telling me though. I really like that.
You really think that he's just listening and like you guys are having a good time together, but no. He's actually plotting how to destroy you more effectively. Even though he doesn't need it. That's the thing. It's like, if you don't do
Although,
that...
I don't like him. Oh,
Even if you don't do that to Fujin, alright, it'll still be a good match. But Benjamin will take the petty route to destroy you.
I
Oh,
pressed
I would
up to
never.
jump, so I just upped to up air and then did not jump
Yeah.
and died.
That's fine.
Okay, alright. Floor's back over to you, my resident philosophers. Oh, wait.
I don't think philosophy has
Historians.
much leeway in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say historians, not
I
philosophers.
could get into Russian philosophy if you want me to, but
I mean, I actually would love to learn some Russian philosophy, but if it helps Ukraine.
none of it does.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. We'll save that for next season.
Next season. And I left off with the economic thing and touched a little bit on Sevastopol. Do you want me to go into NATO here now? Or?
Yes, please, because Tenebrae already opened
You're
that can
gonna-
up a little bit.
Oh yeah. You were also talking about bodies were trying to do stuff in Crimea as well, right? And NATO is one of those things essentially. Yeah. The thing about NATO, right, and this is fundamentally what it's about. Right? NATO is a defensive alliance of nations, specifically designed to protect themselves from the aggression of the Soviet Union and now Russia, right? This is something that it says right in the charter, right? They're designed to be against the Soviet Union, which now, of course, has been replaced by Russia. So it is like, I can see why the Russians would be threatened by that, but at the same time, as it says in the charter, right, NATO is not obligated to help people if they conduct offensive wars. And the thing that Russia has been most concerned about with specifically NATO and to an extent the EU, because the EU is like its own body that's concerned with Russian stuff, even though they don't have their own military yet, which I think is something that's on the table to change. NATO like didn't do anything to help Ukraine before because in 2014 specifically, because it was fairly recent that Ukraine had even started to look like I say, you know, quote unquote, look westward, right?
Yeah.
But like, because as I mentioned for their president, leading into that kind of revolution in 2014 was like pretty pro-Russian and, you know, Russian line and all that stuff. And when Ukraine had just like flipped essentially, they didn't really have the relationship as built with Western states, European states, NATO states, as they did with the Russians. Even though, like Tenebrae said, they were playing both sides, they were definitely leaning one way more than the other. And in that time, and that's true now still, in that time it was towards Russia. So when the Russians kind of went in, there wasn't really a process ready for anyone to like do anything about it, basically. At least as far as NATO is concerned. Nowadays that's different because they had 8 years to like repair their relationship. I don't want to say repair. To sort of strengthen their relationship with NATO countries, because the like Russia showing up and annexing, you know, a good portion of their territory means that like it makes some logical sense to go to NATO and say, hey, you know, we would like to join this defensive alliance against the Russians because we've been attacked once before, and you know, if it were to happen again, we want to be in a position where we can, you know, we can defend ourselves from that. But because of and I don't actually know the exact restrictions on countries joining NATO. So I know there's been some hesitation for them to permit Ukraine into NATO, and I can't remember the full details about it. They have been trying to get into it for a while, as a result of the Crimean annexation. And like I said right at the outset, right, there's two big political parties in Ukraine, and one of them wants to be aligned with the EU and NATO, and the other one wants to be aligned with Russia. And that's always been true. It's just a matter of which one has been
in power at the time.
Yeah. And that's essentially like what we see play out in their democracy and politics kind of leading into this specific situation. Mm-hmm. Like what Tenebrae said before too, like the parties, these particular parties are basically split among East and West. You know, haha, very funny. You know, these countries are always split in East and West over there. But yeah, like in the East, there's the more Russian aligned. The more Russian aligned party is dominant, and in the West is the other way around.
I mean,
it does make sense, right? You're aligned with the side that is closer to you, you know, geographically,
and also probably culturally. Well,
possibly, yeah.
The lines, giving to follow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, like annexing Crimea specifically, and then later going as far as supporting these kind of, you know, supporting independence movements that I don't know if they were there beforehand or not, to kind of get these Russian-aligned states out of the Ukrainian government's control, has seen like a lot more people in the voting bloc be pushed towards NATO and the EU, which is really what's kind of permitted Ukraine to strengthen themselves with the NATO alliance, right? Because population-wise, the demographics have changed because of Russian Russian interference in territorial control and that sort of thing.
Let's go Marxism.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well because there's a lot of thoughts I have.
No, it makes sense. There's a lot to go over, obviously. I'm asking you to basically contextualize a whole part of the world in 37 minutes. So we can actually have a completely separate conversation about America. God. Oh, shit. But I think you're doing a great job. It's making sense to me thus far. And again, it sounds in line with a lot of other world conflicts that I'm more or less familiar with. Not that complicated thus far. Basic power struggle and power structures.
Yeah, Tenebrae is correct. NATO has done offensive operations, but that is something that is a lot harder to get people to sign on board for. And Tenebrae specifically talks about the Yugoslavian wars and the time when France and the UK bombed Libya. Both of those are true.
What time frame are we looking at, year-wise?
What is it? Yugoslav wars are 2001.
Oh god,
is that right?
More recent than I thought.
I can't remember. Maybe I'll look it up.
Okay.
Could you tell me? This is a polite request.
NATO bombing of Yugoslavia is 1999. 99.
Okay, 99.
And then,
Wait, did you ask me to die and say this is a polite request, Fujin?
Yes.
I feel like that's very, very,
Very
and then
well.
the intervention in
wait.
Libya was 2011.
No, I was thinking Canadian. Okay,
Yeah.
2011. Would you kindly die for me?
Yes, it's Team Link. I have to earn my kills. So I have to do it myself, or I have to ask politely.
As Falcon, I just have to make one right call, and it's a knee
Yeah.
in your back of your head.
Anyway, says if you had to contextualize it, it would be like Mexico absorbing Texas, Florida, and New Mexico, which
Oh,
would
shit.
swing the balance of power in the Senate and representatives strongly in general. I think that's a pretty good comparison.
Okay.
Russia absorbing Crimea and the breakaway republics basically screwed their representation in Ukraine. Yeah.
Team Link's recovery too slow to do.
That's a good analogy.
Through their representation in Ukrainian politics. That makes a lot of sense. And
Yeah.
also, America would not stand for that shit at all.
No.
Try to take Texas, Florida, and New Mexico? I mean, I know a lot of people who say we don't need the New Mexicans. We got the old ones and worried about getting those. So maybe that one would fly.
I mean,
But
America already put way too much effort into stealing Texas, Florida, and New Mexico to begin with. Why would they want
I
to
know.
steal them back?
Yeah, it's just really funny how we get to be like the biggest thieves on the block, telling everybody else, no, don't take their shit unless it's oil. In case we want to cut.
Proud American tradition.
Proud American tradition. And
Yeah.
hypocrisy, it is baked into the nation. Oh, the big melting pot. Alrighty. That's kind of funny though to think about. Oh God, yes. Oh, I want. Yeah, I got
You
it.
got it.
That's why capitalism's so huge in America, because stealing from the poor is like Americans' founding tenet.
Bread and butter, absolutely. Need you to not. Where's the wall jump? God damn it. Don't say anything, Benjamin. Don't say anything. It's funny is I had an actual jump, but I wanted the wall jump specifically. Still don't say anything, Benjamin.
Okay.
Unless it's like related to the conversation that I hired you for.
Yeah. Did you hire me? What am I getting paid for this, by the way?
Exposure.
Dang.
This will be great on your resume one day. You'll be able to link them to the stream.
Yeah.
Now, if you were a doctor, maybe we'd have a payment. And also if I had a job. Speaking of, if anybody knows any like easy contract position that I can get for about 2 months, I just need something that I can do from home, making any amount of money to save up so I can move.
Unless you're willing to come to England, then I'm afraid there's not much help from here.
Well, I'm trying to get to Chicago. I feel like England would be a much bigger sell. Like I need more money to get there than I do Chicago. So
You sure?
that kind of defeats the purpose. I will take out a shady loan. I'll do that, but I prefer not to.
Why not an unshady loan? Why does it have to be shady?
Because that's what you do in America. You take a shady
Exactly.
loan.
Everything is shady.
But yeah, I did almost forget that you're American for a moment there, that all loans are
Yeah.
shady in America.
I actually should start looking at interest rates of loans worldwide. It would be interesting. I think they
Well,
get...
the Russian interest rate went up a lot after the economic sanctions.
Oh, yeah. So who all has sanctions on Russia
I
right
think
now?
it was 9.5% before sanctions, and then it went up to 20%. So that's definitely something.
9.5? That's actually ridiculous. Aren't we just like 20, 30% for credit cards and shit? I think some loans get up to like 50% interest and shit. I could be wrong. But 9% sounds ridiculous.
I'm not sure. This is the for their like national bank.
Oh, the national... Okay.
For the actual like money
Okay.
rather than for loans and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was
to
hoping
clarify.
I'd go through you right there. I thought you were saying like just in Russia, go get a loan and it's 9%.
Just go get a loan in Russia. I mean, why do you think everyone does it? You know?
Because Deutsche Bank is trash.
Hey.
Hey, that's just what I heard from my friends on the right side of the aisle. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Deutsche Bank has been kind to me.
Oh wait, you actually bank Deutsche? Please tell me you don't actually bank Deutsche, do you?
I did while I was over there.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I was just joking because of all the Trump stuff.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it was kind of the bank to use. You know?
Oh god, sorry. Maybe I should have finished that Nebby. Oh, I have a little bit of Nebby solution left. All right. Let's go. I thought that it all fell out when I dropped the thing, but nope. I'm gonna take this, and you guys can continue the chat since I'm not that helpful.
Okay.
With you. I just add a little bit of the flavor text.
I don't know where to take it next from where I'm at.
Unless you have any more like background that you think is necessary, I'd like to get into the opinion piece of the interpretation section, and then we can also talk about like why different people are responding stateside, both from a political standpoint, like what governments, where's Biden at right now, where's I want to know what Romania's doing about all this.
You
what
know
are the
what
Romanians doing?
I have no idea what Romania's doing. Let me be real.
And then, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Nevi. So go ahead.
Yeah. You think there's any more background information we should throw in there, Fusion?
The only thing in my mind right now is picking Steve was a very poor matchup against.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
You see, because
I feel like there's something else I want to throw in there, but I can't. Like, it's not coming to mind. So I suppose if it becomes necessary while we're having.
Yeah, I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, I think that covers like the most recent stuff anyway.
Ukraine's current prime minister used to be a comedian, but
Yeah.
More just for fun. Oh, my up B went the wrong direction. Oh,
I got you.
Come on. Yes.
I got you.
It wasn't intentional, was it?
No, it was.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want you to just go the wrong way in SD. I'd prefer to kill you myself.
All right, Tenebrae says that Biden is not important, which is just like the universally correct stance at all times.
That's true. U.S. president is really not as important.
No, Biden specifically. Although I do believe that U.S. presidents are typically effective. I believe Obama did a lot more than we gave him credit for, as in maybe not in the positive direction.
Yeah, I guess it is true. If you want to talk about like U.S. president's influence on what's going on in Ukraine, then the orange guy did a lot of sabotage for what was going on over there. And that's something we can talk about in different in a different part of the conversation if you want.
Okay. But, yeah. I want it all, Benjamin. All.
Yep.
Except for that, Modid Vesterovi. I don't want a Vum.dot today.
A Vum.dot. I see. Yeah, I mean, I think I have most of the background info out there. Like I said to Fujin, if something else comes to mind while in the course of the other part of the discussion, I can throw that out and make clear that that's what's being thrown out.
Yeah, this is also not pre-planned, not structured, so even to get to this point, I think is very, very helpful and very nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. We obviously can make addendums and whatnot at any point.
Yep.
We're all in the same Discord, which link in the description, by the way. It's pretty dope in there. We don't really talk Ukraine all the time, but when we do, it's a mashup.
Yeah.
The only conflicts we have are Oak Tree and Crab Meat.
True.
Oh, let's see. Oh. Don't do it, Benjamin. No dares.
Who's asking if you have Snapchat, Romeo? I don't think anyone in the last 5 years has had Snapchat, have they?
I don't have Snap. Well, I took 3 snaps. I guess I could get Snapchat. I have a smartphone again. I haven't taken a Snapchat in about 7 years. I was still in high school.
The same time frame for me.
And my one Snapchat was my favorite. God damn it! That didn't even hit me. Come on. Okay, anyway, my favorite Snappy was you ever just, what was it? Like, you ever just let yourself or stare dreamily into your own eyes? And it was a picture of me in the mirror, looking dreamily at myself. And that was the peak of Snapchat for me. No filter, only comedy and narcissism.
Narcissism can be comedic.
Definitely, if you're not a narcissist. Being a narcissist for fun, comedy, that's comedic as hell.
Yeah.
Being a narcissist because it's your lifestyle, much less funny. Oh, no, wait, god damn it, I set that up. Benjamin, you owe me a life.
Get
Come
it?
here. Alright. That was, oh my god, you are getting so fucking lucky. Hoping that you would suck me in.
I doubt I
Black.
would have killed him, to be honest. He was only at 45% at the time. Oh, Miki's gonna tell you earlier.
Gotta tell me for what?
I think because of your Snapchat, I believe.
Telling Venice about the Snapchat? About me gazing dreamily into my own eyes? Before I dated Venice, I dated myself officially on Facebook. I was in a relationship with
Michael.
Michael?
Yeah, why not date Michael if you were single? You had that option and you said no.
It's funny because when I started dating myself, Michael started dating my right hand. His right hand, actually.
I see.
Yeah, it was a very good. It was a very good meme those days. What happened was I was testing like the let's go, yes. Okay, sorry. I was testing like the relationship features on Facebook, like how the approval process worked, and I listed one of my other accounts, which is under a completely different email, under the thing. And I was just testing like what options they offered for how you could list your relationship, and it auto updated, auto posted before I'd approved it on my other account. Like technically, I could have put anybody there. I could have put you on there, Fujin or Benjamin, without even knowing you guys, and just said we were in a relationship. And by the time it posted, I went to go delete it, and like it got 78 likes and 32 comments in like the first hour. So it ended up just being a thing for a while where I was dating myself. Talk of the college, if you would. Dated yourself on Facebook, rookie. Get out of here, Michael. You were laughing. You thought it was funny. You love those days. And you dated your right hand. I was a my left hand kind of guy. Oh yeah, sorry, Fujin. I couldn't let that slide.
Well, I thought I grabbed the edge, but apparently not.
Now Clouds doesn't snap, so if you get the time, it's a bit generous. Of a
Oh
window.
yeah, no, you're right, aren't you? Because I have many experiences with Cloud just not grabbing the edge. But...
Yeah, it only snaps with limit, so that's when it's safer. But if you just do regular Clim Hazard, oh no, I can eat that up all day. Especially if I have a platform above the ledge like that. Now
yeah,
typically,
oh sorry, I'm on one of those stages right now.
Typically, if I'm like trying to approach it like from on the stage, jumping over and getting it, I'm more likely to get hit by Clim Hazard as it's coming up. From that position, it was.
I'm just trying to experiment with characters that are a good matchup against both Falcon and DDD, of which there aren't many that I play.
I was about to say, I don't really think that specific spread.
Yeah, that's not a. I feel like there's not a lot of overlap there.
Yeah, no, there
Yeah,
shouldn't
really
be.
not.
These are like
Because-
two of the most, what is it, opposite playstyles that there are.
Yeah.
Because I play Lucina, which is a decent Falcon character to play against Falcon, but it's terrible to play against DDD.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I've played a lot of Lucinas in my day as well.
How did it go for you generally?
It's a matchup I'm very familiar with, and I think that's all I really need to say about it.
Yep. I will say that generally, I find that Lucinas themselves also are quite different. Like some of them do prefer to fight
That's true.
zoners and stuff because they play more spaciously. But the ones, well, not they just space more. Slightly different. But
It does.
the ones
Understand
that
your meaning.
nice. The ones that tend to like to rush down and stuff, they have an easier time against the brawlers. It also depends on like your playstyle with the character. Now, with that said, who would be a good overlap for the like counter? Also good against Falcon. Palutena.
That killed me.
Yep.
Paladin. Oh
I
my
think
God.
Palu is a great choice. Both.
I would pity you more than myself in that situation, though.
I mean, I actually like fighting Palu as Falcon.
I've
just-
yeah. I have mentioned that Paolo is a pretty bad pick against me specifically. I would say
Oh,
as well.
interesting.
Yeah.
GG.
You sort of landed on my head with that one.
Oh yeah. I was hoping you would go for the dare. I was setting it up for you, like a little spider web, and we landed in and I pounced on you. GG.
To be honest, a lot of my moves just sort of happen unintentionally at the moment.
Uh-huh.
The
Well,
input
makes-
is a bit wacky.
Makes sense. Good game. I'm having fun, by the way, you two. Both of the conversation and the games, and I appreciate it. Hope you all having fun
That's
as
good.
well.
Yeah.
No, was I not making it too easy for you, Romeo?
Oh no, absolutely not, Fujin. You're giving me lots to work on, lots to practice. Believe it or not, like I'm working on my movement and things like that.
You can practice against people with with lag.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's basically about how well I can string my not string. Okay, so how well I can think through the entire interaction, right? My thought process being interrupted is like the #1 way that I die, which is why if I have a misinput or something along those lines, it typically spells death for me because I lose the plot, if that makes sense.
Oh, well, now you
That
know
does
how I
make
feel,
sense.
really.
So playing with you, even with lag, kind of helps because yours is, at least on my end, it's relatively minor compared to, like, for example, when I play with Alex May.
Yeah, no, yeah, because the internet itself is fine. It's just that I'm slightly further away from it. So like, it's just the input time is slower. So like, there's no like stuttering or anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I can keep a pretty consistent approach to, like, what I'm trying to do. It's just I have to adjust the timing of that. I think it's good practice. But like Benjamin, where he'll completely disrupt my flow and my train by picking an option.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's irritating. But I always think, oh, I've seen the last thing that he'll do. And then you inhale up close, where reasonably I look like I was behind you. Fuck you, Benjamin. Fuck you. I thought you would try to recover.
With knowing that information, I might change to hero for the next game then.
Oh, okay. Please, absolutely. In fact, another thing I need to practice is I've been reading Hero's menu when I play him, and I think that's been very helpful in fighting the character. At first, I was like, this is impossible. You can't play his menu while you're fighting him.
There's pros and cons to reading the menu versus not reading the menu.
It's true.
Because if you top deck without reading the menu, which is what I like to do as hero, you have more control over the game because the enemy has no idea. The enemy? It sounds really weird to say that. The person you're fighting has no idea, or at least relatively no idea what you're going to do, which obviously can also pay off poorly for you when you get kamikaze, which happens to me a lot, especially.
Yep. And I like to play defensively against Hero anyway. As soon as he puts out the menu, I'm like, nope. You have like 4 different ways to kill me at 0 in that thing, and I'm not playing with anyone.
Yeah, which is why it's a good idea because as a hero player, because it means you have more control over the game. Whereas if you had to stand and read the menu, they can also read your menu and then prepare for it ahead of time.
Exactly. I just want to make sure to eliminate the factor that allows the hero to control the game without that risk.
Yeah, which usually just involves rushing him down as quickly as possible.
Exactly. Once you pull the menu out, I disengage and give you the opportunity to blunder. Especially like when I get people who panic top deck kamikaze because they think I'm coming. No, Benji, why are you walking me out? That's not what you do.
I mean, if you're not gonna mash out, there's no reason to not.
See, like that, Benjamin's never done that to me before, and it ruined my whole plan. I know it's very simple, but simple
Like
shit like
2 feet
that.
forward. Ew.
I know it's
not
actually
even that much.
It's not that much, but if my processing gets disrupted, I have to recenter myself. It is my biggest weakness in this game. You gotta be kidding me. That fast fall was disgusting. Why would you fast fall there? You didn't have
I missed. I was worried you were gonna hit me.
Oh, you see, I was trying to hit you, but it looked like you fast fell after you did the move, not before.
That's why I fast fell. I did it after I did the move, so that
But it was
you would
so
miss.
fast. It was so
It was
fast.
all planned.
That was a super fast fall, my guy. I should have spiked you right there and killed you. That is what should have happened. Like, even when I was reading Benjamin, I had his option correct. I thought I had the spacing correct as well. Slightly outside the range. He does something else that reminds me, oh, you ain't shit at this game. Alright, cool.
I mean, King
Wait,
DDD's
no,
facing
wait. Oh, no, I
Oh, it's
can't
too
see
late.
the match. Alright, all good. Anyway.
Yep.
Alright, so you guys can get back into the interpretation section of the chat if you guys are ready, or if you want to talk about Smash Mode, we can do that as well.
I mean, yeah, I can do whatever.
Okay.
So anyway, so what I was saying is Putin should top deck as hero.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I snatched out my
Did you
headphones.
middle slash Gordo?
I did.
Did you do anything?
It worked somehow. Oh, my down smash was not fast enough. Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna go
Oh.
grab some water, and then I'll be
Okay.
right back.
That's good.
Alrighty, sorry. Let's see. Welcome back, Mango Man.
forward air is not close enough to your face.
Nope.
We're talking about Ukraine and Russia.
In the rush you.
Russia. The mangrove.
Submarine just so big.
Ah,
Oh, how did you not die from that?
no, that was never gonna kill me.
Ah,
Get a bit closer. God damn it.
okay. Yeah, I got kicked out of the
Oh,
last
thank you
match,
for
so
that
you
hammer.
guys will just have to enjoy this. Let's see, what do I have? Oh yeah, enjoy this. Still have the GIF up? Oh, it's the wrong one. Oh, did I take it off? No. Alright, I had this thing. Oh, maybe because it was invisible.
Don't lie.
Getting instant. You guys might have heard it. It may have been.
The numbers
There it is.
don't lie.
Yeah, from back when I was doing sacrifice stream.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
Alrighty. Dope, dope, dope. So once they're done with that battle, there's no love much like brotherly love, especially if you get up with some tough-looking country. You know, I gotta say, one thing I don't get about world conflicts is that how do you get a bunch of people to agree to like sacrifice their countrymen for no personal gain? Like I can't really think of a single war that benefited me besides the civil one.
I mean, a lot of the time you don't have to get that many people to agree to start a war. You just have to get the people who are in power to agree, and usually those are the people who also benefit.
But check this out, though. Check this out. The people in power
They
aren't the
hold
ones
the
fighting the
war.
war, right? Like that's where what is it? Nationalism and patriotism kind of make no sense to me. Where I'm like, okay, so they made the decision.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Uppy.
That was a hilarious interaction with Bounce. I don't know why. I was
okay.
doing what I was doing.
So, Benjamin, did you pick up your Gordo again?
I did, yeah. Did you not know you could do
I
that?
didn't even know you could do that. I've
Yeah,
never
you
seen that
can.
happen.
Yeah, if you side B
I try
again.
not to do it. No, it's not on side B. It's if you do any move or attack. Excuse me, if you do any like neutral attack, like A attack, when you're near Gordo, you can throw it back.
What?
Like,
I
You're
thought
within
you
a
had a
certain
side B
distance of it.
specifically.
I thought it was
It
just going
also
to hit
works
you
on
and
side
then-
B, but you can also get it on like regular arrows as well. I try not to get it, and me getting it there was an accident. But the like Gordo catch is something that you can do, like I said, on any aerial. It supersedes most of them.
I thought I
Yeah.
imagined it. I was like, what am I looking at right now? Did he just pick up his Gordo again?
Yeah, he can do that. I just try not to.
I don't think I've ever seen any King Dedede player do that, so that's a new thing for me.
I mean,
It's
lucky-
usually not a good thing to do, which is why they don't do it, I think. Anyway, sorry.
yes. Oh shit. Okay, thought I had
It
it.
was an intelligent play. It saved you from getting hit by the Gordo.
Are we fucking serious? I hate that you would like. Why isn't that toe just a little bit longer? We've talked about this, but it needs to be longer. Make the toe longer. Ah, foot ass. All right. I was talking about patriotism and children fighting wars that the people who make the decision don't actually benefit from.
About patriotism in particular, Romeo, it used to be far more popular when countries were more separated.
Which makes
So
sense.
That's true. That's true.
There was a stronger connection between an individual and their country. I probably sort of wager sort of early 20th century prior. I say definitely pre-World War One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like when international relations
This
were
is-
a lot less important. So fighting for your country was also, you know, where you ate, you did everything within your country. Your country
Correct.
provided you everything. Whereas nowadays, your country provides sort of maybe 15% of like your livelihood, whereas like most of it comes from the rest of the world.
Yeah, and not only that, but your countrymen or the people that you identify with are no longer just the people in your country, right?
Yeah, precisely. So
The world
no longer
shrank.
just-
Oh wait.
No, yeah, I was just going to sort of further that point where like the people you interact with aren't just from within your country. It's not just like your family or your neighbors anymore. It's like people from like 40 countries away from you.
Yeah, English man person.
Yes. So there's a lot less of a sort of
Tribalism.
motivation for people to be connected to their own country.
And I don't think that it's about disconnecting from the country, but I think that it's more about having like a less one-sided connection, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, patriotism is inherently bounded by ignorance, and that's not to shit on people. But if I can, for example, I think about war propaganda, specifically the way that like if we're talking about World War II, the imagery, fight the Hun overseas and blah blah blah, how they tended to dehumanize.
Yeah.
You know, like the Germans is a great example, and that enables us to have this like disproportionate loyalty to our own countries, but also to commit atrocities to other people who are practically us, right? And that's why I get a bit uncomfortable, because we're almost at that point to where there is no land that is off limits to you anywhere in the world generally.
Yeah.
It's a very small place, so every world conflict is on your home soil. I guess philosophically speaking. Anyway, oh yeah, that's it. Yep, he wanted that so bad.
We're still halfway through the conversation at the time.
No, that makes
Understand.
sense.
I was like, think of a response to Romeo. Oh no, I'm dead.
Yeah.
No, all good. Benjamin's just gonna
So-
take advantage of it. Go ahead, Benjamin.
Yeah. Let me pitch in here. What you guys are describing is essentially, to speak from an international relations standpoint.
Okay.
This is essentially the like core essence of the quote unquote liberal theory of international relations and the realist theories of international relations.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, what the liberal theory says, and this is the one that most countries nowadays will subscribe to, is like, as countries become more economically integrated with each other, as they engage in more diplomatic like maneuvers together and bilateral and multilateral agreements and that sort of thing, you invariably see less conflict in the world, because states themselves and the people who run the states have far less reasons to go to war.
Yes.
Just because of like their ties, and additionally because of their citizens, like you're talking about, because people are like, oh, I know somebody in XYZ country. I don't see any reason why we should, or have been there, or there's no reason to fight and that sort of thing. And people who subscribe to realist theories of international relations tend to see the opposite, where it's like, hey, it's not possible to trust foreign countries to do what they say they're going to do. So we're in it for ourselves, so we sever ties with other countries because you can't trust them to do the thing that they say they're going to do, in that kind of deal.
Right.
And it is possible to describe many leaders in the world as subscribing to one or the other of these international theories as well, generally speaking.
Welcome back, Oak Tree.
Welcome.
Now, one thing I will say about this.
So in the U.S., we've kind of gone back and forth on which one is like used more often here.
GG.
And to kind of generalize a bit, the U.S. tends to be a more quote unquote realist leaning country than you'll find in, say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know if that's also true of the populace, because our voting system really does handicap public perception of that.
That's true. Yeah. That's part of why it happens.
Very, very. Because I was gonna talk about like the distinction between using war or stoking fears based on what's xenophobia, being very popular for like gaining political advantages in elections. I think how that's become less. I want to say since the '60s, it hasn't been that effective or pronounced of a. Metric. If we don't give credit to the actual voting.
I was gonna say it worked for Bush, so
yeah, it did work. Don't get me wrong, but that's less about, I would say, xenophobia, and more about our economic ties and uncertainties. Right, it was always your job's this, your job that, as opposed to any sort of like actual country.
But that's still like stoking people's fears, as related to what was seen as an attack.
Well, I'm also talking about like conflicts between nations as opposed to conflicts between cultures.
Sure.
Oh, I meant to be there.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I generally understand a nation to be a culture as opposed to a state, but I understand that you're saying nation in the term of state. Yes.
Well, one of the reasons that I like to separate the two is that when we're talking about okay, so people that don't necessarily, I'm on Americans that don't like Mexicans, right? They actually generally don't have a problem with Mexico itself, other than residing, that they're not going to visit there. Or
I'm not agreeing with your separation, to clarify.
Okay,
I have a similar separation, but I use different words.
Gotcha. Okay, so you were just clarifying for me. Okay, I thought I needed to explain.
No,
Cool.
not at all. You're welcome to explain if there are people who are confused in the, who are listening in the chat, but I understand what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and just give a quick rundown explanation. Because in this specific, God, I'm so bad at kicking that goddamn Gordo. in this specific conflict, right? I think we're still talking more so about, oh my god, that looked sick as fuck. We're talking about the realist versus the liberal ideal of international relations. Is that what it was, Benjamin?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay,
That
okay,
is what
great.
Yep.
Great.
Mhm.
That is fairly contingent on this idea of nationalistic integrity and borders being established through political intention, right? You're saying that this country has its own political ideology, identity, and therefore, by highlighting differences between us as nations, we can justify different approaches, whether it be militaristically, economically, trade-wise,
Yep.
etc. When you start talking about like the culture of a people from those countries, you're more so talking about internal affairs, such as like how many immigrants we're going to allow from this nation versus this one, the quotas and things of that nature. And this is where you start getting to like people poking fears about the Mexicans are coming to steal your jobs, they're bringing crime, and some of them are good people, but you know, rapists. That's not necessarily a commentary on Mexico itself, but like how your culture interacts with Mexican culture within your own border. That's the separation I'm drawing here. And while that type
I would say that a lot of those distinctions of what you're talking about for allowing immigrants from one culture or another into your country, and then how you interact with those people within your country, are still things that can play out on the international scale. Definitely. Although, specifically what you're talking about, of course, is like all in the domestic sphere. So there is, again, a distinction to be made there as well.
Right. But those domestic arguments, even we're talking about like Muslim immigrants into, I think, I can't remember which European countries, but there was an influx of immigrants from Africa going up into, I think the end goal was to go to England or something along those lines.
This had to do with the Syrian refugee crisis, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. It was around that time.
Yep.
But it was very similar arguments that you would hear on the American side when we're talking about versus Mexico, were being made about, you know, this influx of migrants, refugees, things like that, and like why they were bad for the country. Those are still very popular arguments for maintaining or grabbing political power that I'm not tracking from. But it's a lot harder to say that, oh, it's Syria itself or it's Mexico itself, because again, those borders between nations are a lot less defined than that's the point that I'm making. Feel free to disagree or agree in chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts, interpretations. But with that said, I'm hoping for a time when all those arguments are completely gone, and Hocus Pocus hates Fusion. My God,
I know.
Hero's entire kit hates me. I always get kamikaze. I always get a horrible Hocus Pocus.
that was crazy. It's so funny. I don't think I've seen a good thing happen to you. Really, you got one lucky bounce on top deck, and that was it. Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, I forgot you could jump with that.
Yep. Sometimes people do.
Okay. I kind of lost the plot of where we were.
No,
oh my god, that was a top deck kamikaze.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot. I get used to it.
That's so funny.
Someone lost the plot.
But yeah, I lost the plot a little bit. Why that came? Oh, ideal. Okay, so in essence, the argument we can't trust these countries to do what they say they're gonna do.
That is a matter of leadership. Yeah.
Yes, that's a matter of leadership. And the more micro interactions we have that supersede leadership. For example, if I have my own vested interest in the Chinese economic market, right?
Sure. Most people do.
Most people do, right? That puts pressure on the leaders. They can no longer make those decisions independently because I have personal ties, I have personal knowledge, I have connections, right? I took Chinese language studies in college, etc. So again, the rational disposition starts to get broken down or eroded away by like I don't even think they're on the same wavelength. I think they're actually tackling two different things. Or same, not wavelength. Scale, mention. There's a word term for it. Spectrum. Spectrum. That was the one I meant. But yeah, sorry it took so long to address the one thing that Benjamin said. Take over, my guy. You got this.
Sorry, I was addressing something kind of racist in chat.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'm not certain what you wish for me to address next. To be perfectly honest with you.
Post-colonial. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll check out chat after this match. But we were getting into justifications, I think, personal interpretations, and Fujin and I were discussing globalism in general, how it shifted, and then you gave us the metrics.
Yeah. I was just giving you like a specific. This is how people kind of talk about it in an academic sense.
Yes, which I appreciate. Yeah. I was just responding to that since it's something I hadn't heard before. I formulated a thought here in this conversation, which get through it. But I appreciate you. But in general, if we want to get more grounded back into the conversation with Ukraine and all that good stuff. No.
I missed, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, you meant to hit the ledge?
I didn't mean to go to ledge.
Double no. I hate when that happens the most, and it works on me.
So you weren't ready for it because I wasn't ready for it.
Exactly. I'm usually not ready for you, but it sucks when I am ready for you and you're not ready for yourself.
Yep.
That's my top deck kamikaze. I tried to upbeat it to ledge there, by the way.
I understand. Yeah.
Of course.
The other thing I would mention, at least about patriotism and people fighting wars, with specific regard to Russia, is unlike in the U.S., right, where we have a volunteer army. Russia does not have a volunteer army. You have to serve for a period of at least 2 years upon, I think, becoming 18 as well.
Israel has the same thing, I believe.
Israel does have the same thing. Israel has it for a
16.
different reason, I think.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I didn't know.
Israel has it because they are a country that is surrounded by
Yes.
other countries that are geographically and politically hostile to them.
Yes.
South Korea as well.
South Korea as well, because
Yeah, because of
China.
Korea.
Yep.
Now, that's what I was going to ask. I wondered if it was for the same. No. So Russia does
I don't
not have
think
that
Russia's
situation.
is. No, I mean Russia portrays
Russia
it
has
as
that
such.
situation because they create that situation themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're a lot larger of a country, generally speaking. So it's theoretically not. The draft isn't something that's theoretically required for that reason, but it is something that's been culturally present for a long time, so it's
Okay.
normalized for them. So when it comes to people like going and fighting specifically in Ukraine and Russia, like a lot of the people who are going and fighting are doing it because it is a job that they are forced to do, right?
So even less democracy, cash money.
It's true. Russia has never really been accused of being very democratic. Yeah.
And hey, Nova, welcome to the stream.
Considering the opposition leader of Russia, the main opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, is pretty much continuously in prison or under some sort of assassination attempt or poisoning attempt, what have you. It's a little bit difficult to say.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It was the first thing he did.
Yeah, welcome to my world, Romeo.
We just had this happen last game. Isn't that how you finished off last game or something?
No, I
It was stock 2, I think.
Okay, second stop. It doesn't matter. It has not been long enough for you to get another top deck kamikaze.
It's always long enough, Romeo. You'll see.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm gonna derail the conversation every time it happens. It's gonna make me laugh. Because that is...
the favorite part of that was just like the really slow-mo, like terrified look on DD's face.
GG's face was amazing.
He did not look thrilled.
Oh man. And which, a little bit of context. He didn't get hit by it. That's interesting. A little bit of context. My
feet
brother
hit it. I felt it.
My brother played Hero.
Yeah, there's a slight slowdown there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well he clashed with it instead of getting hit by it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But my brother used to play Hero right when it came out, and he was a menace. I just couldn't do anything against him. I would get thwacked and tapped and boomed and all that stuff. But he would top deck all the time and then be like, you gotta go for gold. And I was like, oh, one of these days you gotta top deck Kamikaze. And it would never fucking happen. I could have him on the ropes, 50% on me and 110% on him, and it would always be top deck thwack. I'm pretty sure the first meme I made was about Hero and thwack or something ever in my life because of how prevalent it was. So to see you hit 3 top deck Kamikazes within 3 games is like...
Yeah, this is what I mean, Romeo. I do not have any luck, which is why me playing Hero is more just like of a spectator sport rather than like an actual...
Yeah.
This would have been way great if it had happened, 4 years ago. I'm sorry, 2 years ago. I was fighting Ruben on that days in a row. But no, it waited until Fujin hopped on stream, where it will be immortalized forever on this channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
My bad luck's already been immortalized on this channel and other channels.
That's so funny. Go sub to Fujin, by the way. His channel is featured on mine, so if you go to my channel page, you'll see. I think he primarily streams on Twitch, which I got a consolidated schedule so I can attend those. I always stream like right as I'm going to bed.
The current plan is to stream 1 game on Twitch and 1 game on YouTube, but like unfortunately this week has been busy, so I've only been streaming on Twitch, and I haven't even done it this week yet. Like I'm planning to do it maybe tomorrow if I have time. But like I have so much work on this week, so it'll probably be next week again when I get back to it.
That makes sense. I mean, whenever you can. I know I'm a fucking fiend for streaming. But I feel like this is not only what I was meant to do, but something I could really make a lot of
oh yeah,
positive change in.
You're suited for this. I'm
God!
just sort of like. I feel like I'm not suited for it, but hey, I'm here anyway, so. Yeah,
you'll be suited for it in about 2 months, Food. Keep it up. But I just want to support you and give you the shout out, etc. So whenever you're on, I'll do my best to. And if I see another YouTube stream, I'll play it before every night. So you get those analytics. Oh. Yes, got him.
I'm probably gonna keep playing FE6, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, sounds good to me.
I will not be streaming just for chat's benefit. It will not happen.
He says that, and I believe him because, man, if Benjamin started streaming, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd lose all of my content. He does know.
It would be the ultimate thievery.
wait, don't say it like that, Benjamin, because now you might do it.
I never stream at the same time as you and Michael, and I never will.
No, you definitely should. If you stream at the same time as me, I feel like I can bounce people over to your channel so that they can kind of come check you out independently.
In your chat, or I won't be as.
I mean, I'd come to your chat during the stream.
your stream being in my stream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did talk about you streaming the stream during. That would be hilarious. But no, I've done it before. I've gone to like Trilogy streams and Speedy Hawk streams while I'm streaming, just to say hi, make sure to keep it up, and give you the watch time and stuff. Shout it out during. I think it's a pretty good way to at least hand over an audience. If that makes sense. Kind of like the raids.
Maybe I'll try it once.
Makes sense to me.
I don't know. I'm just so used to my routine involves going to yours and Michael's streams, so like, to sort of change that would be.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you could even like stream while we're streaming and maybe take a low impact day where you kind of go back and forth between the streams and you encourage people on your side to come over and check it out too. Like that wouldn't be bad. If you're worried about not getting to get involved in our stuff, but it wouldn't be nice to have a stream to link to stuff like that during.
Yeah.
So that we can
definitely I'll give it a try. Definitely one day.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Because you're the cutest of the three of us too.
We'll miss you.
I think Michael is actually, in my opinion.
Well, that's because you don't want to date yourself, so you're a bit biased.
That is true.
Ah, yes, bias. That sounds like we're back to the topic of conversation.
Yep, let's go.
I have returned.
I was waiting on him to find the segue.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with the segue.
But let's talk about bias. So what might lead somebody to support Russia over Ukraine? Because Ukraine's obvious, like the winners. Mm-hmm. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl, right?
I mean,
we're talking the popularity contest, not the actual.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the popularity contest, sure. They're definitely not the favorite to win. They've been doing way better than people thought, but
that's what TikTok has told me.
Yeah. Because projections were initially like, oh yeah, Ukraine will be gone. Now I think I saw, like, Pentagon said that they're expecting it to be like 20 years before this thing pans out.
Damn.
And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Okay, sure.
20 years?
Okay.
That's like 1/5 of the France one.
I'm in a race against Ukraine. What will happen first? Will the Ukrainian war end, or will I find a girlfriend? That's the.
That is the question.
Well, if you find a guy friend, that should count too.
What would?
That does also count.
What would make someone support?
Sure.
I mean,
I can just ask Michael. I'm sure he'll say yes.
Yes. Oh wait, that wasn't me doing a Michael. That was me doing the back of DDD's head.
Sure.
Right, GG.
GG.
Okay. Falcon kick to beat out DDD side B. It definitely was not the right choice, but it worked.
I think it depends a lot on, and this is obviously the case with a lot of things, but if you're only exposed to a certain subset of arguments, then I can see how you might come around to supporting the Russians. Because if you like approach the issue from the point of view of like, well, you know, okay, so Ukraine could join an organization that is, you know, designed to be hostile to Russia, and then Ukraine could, and these are all coulds, of course, right? Ukraine could get missile support to put into their country from NATO, and then have these like pretty powerful weapons within striking distance of, you know, the part of Russia where the majority of their population lives, right, west of the Urals, and then Moscow and all those areas. If you're looking at it from the perspective of like, there's not a way to like trust your neighbors to be friendly to you, and like Ukraine is kind of the other relatively strong post-Soviet state, I guess. Like you can come around to saying like, yeah, I can see how this would threaten kind of Russian territorial sovereignty, right?
Real quick question.
Again, though, go ahead.
Does Russia have like allies? Like if Ukraine was to bomb Russia,
Yeah, sure.
Would we step in?
Maybe. That is honestly a strong maybe. I would be willing to bet probably if Ukraine were to. Well, hold on. Let me see here. Yeah, maybe. I think it's possible that we would, because that would allow an organization like the United Nations Security Council to actually act, right? And I didn't talk about the UN Security Council earlier, but I hope most people already know what that's like. Like one of the things that's prevented the UN Security Council from denouncing the Russian invasion of Ukraine formally is that Russia has veto power in that organization.
Correct.
So of course they can just say, no, we don't want to denounce ourselves. And that passes. The General Assembly can pass it, and they did pass it, as a matter of fact. Pass such a denunciation, but they don't have the power to. General Assembly does not have militarily. Whereas the Security Council does, theoretically. And to my memory, the Security Council is how we invasion we got it formally sanctioned. So I guess it's possible that Russia could go through that kind of channel and say, like, hey, we're being attacked by someone. Why don't we ask, the UN to do something? But that's also kind of a hard sell, right? Because, like, Ukraine has the influence to kind of sway either the US or France or the UK to, like, just say no to them, right?
Interesting. I didn't know that Ukraine had any real influence.
They do nowadays, I would say, right? Because they're trying to position themselves, going back to the natural gas thing, right? Because Europe's dependent on it, and they would prefer to not be dependent on Russia, because Russia's kind of the big scary boogeyman who keeps trying to invade countries in their neighborhood. Ukraine not being the first, right?
Yes.
Then it does kind of make sense for them to like turn the other way if this were to happen in reverse. Not that it could or would, because there's not the political will in Ukraine to launch an invasion of Russia, and launching an invasion of Russia is a historically bad idea.
I was about to say.
On earth would you invade Russia anyway?
Yeah.
Like, there's literally no incentive. Yeah. For example, Russia has financial incentives to
correct
take more and more. I feel like Ukraine does not get anything from Russia. Even if they were to somehow annex
not really.
The whole thing, it's literally just the status quo reestablished, and you have to manage more.
Yep.
Imagine greater Ukraine.
Oh my god.
Like Ukraine as big as Russia.
But you were asking about like Russian allies.
Yeah.
So
like, in order
Russia.
Well, real quick, just for some context on what I'm saying. In order to establish a defensive motive, right? At least based on American legal statutes, you have to present the idea of being reasonably in danger or something like that.
Yeah.
And if there was a 6-year-old on a playground that had a stick, and I was walking around with an assault rifle, and that 6-year-old brandished the stick at me, and I pumped them full of holes, right? Unrecognizable, no open casket. It doesn't seem like anybody's gonna be like, yeah, it was justified. Right? That 6-year-old had allies. Okay, there were so many other 7-year-olds and even fucking 9-year-olds on the playground. Had to make an example, So that's why I'm like, doesn't Russia have not only a much greater population, a much more astounding army, also a measure of protection based on, and technically allies in the event that they would be attacked by Ukraine? That doesn't seem like a big deal, other than we don't want you to have it, so you shouldn't have it.
I mean, so the Russian allies are like far and few between.
Okay.
Realistically speaking.
Well, again, in the event that they are attacked, wouldn't it change?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is still what I'm saying, right? In the event that they are attacked, the allies that they have, I suppose there's the the quote unquote Commonwealth of Independent States, right? All of the post-Soviet Union states, which I think there's 10 of them. But the main ally that they would have in Europe would be Belarus.
Yeah, that's what 10%.
Right, because the Belarusian president essentially does what Putin asks him to do. Right, to call him a puppet would honestly be very true, since his political alignment and affiliation and strategies are just like, yeah, if the Russians asked us to do this, then that's what we'll do. And then in Asia,
No.
they. Okay, thank you. Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. That was Belarus right there.
In Asia, they can get like economic support from China, but not really. Yeah.
Okay, economic.
As far as military is concerned, one of the things that Russia would be super concerned about if Ukraine expands NATO's borders right up to them, and the expansion of NATO is something I should talk about as well.
Okay.
Would be that like getting NATO gear in Ukraine would provide Ukraine with like better military technology, right? Because a lot of Russia's stuff is, a lot of their military equipment, even though there aren't large because of the conscription and their professional army, even though it's large, their gear is objectively speaking worse performing than the stuff that the NATO countries use.
Okay. So it's kind of like a North Korea China situation, except
sort of.
Well, that's what Russia's shooting for. They're shooting to kind of make Ukraine subsidiary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot for the projected idea. They're not sure, right? No one knows what Putin wants. The projected thought right now is that Putin wants to establish a puppet like buffer state there in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because of all of the things that I'm kind of talking about here, but like geographically speaking. If you start from the Ukraine border and you go to Moscow, that's about, I think I said it was a couple 100 kilometers last time I talked to someone about this. Maybe like 300 or something. Not that far away, relatively speaking, right? And it's mostly flat land going from here to there. So theoretically, you give Ukraine better gear, right? And they decide they want to fight the Russians. They can just make a relatively quick strike, theoretically. This is all hypothetical. This is what Russia would be saying, right?
Yes.
They can make a relatively quick strike, and that's pretty disastrous if they just kind of zoom in to Moscow. Functionally, Ukraine would not do this, as we've discussed before. They don't have a reason to.
Right. We could nuke them within a day, right?
Sure, and they would nuke us as well.
No, I'm just saying, like,
construction is still going.
Reasonably speaking. If we're talking about a swift attack, the swiftest one coming would be at that one and most destructive.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Double check.
Yeah.
Sounds like paranoia to me.
I know quite a bit about the nuclear option, so to speak.
Okay.
Because my dad actually used to do that for his job. He was in the U.S. Air Force.
Oh, okay.
And for a time, he was stationed out in Saudi Arabia as kind of the guy who would he was in charge of a bomber squadron that was armed with nuclear capacity during the Cold War, and his job was, if he received orders from the Pentagon, to go fly in and nuke the Russians. So
that is.
I do know a lot about that.
I just feel like that's a much more pressing. And that was a good game too. GG. Unfortunately, it had to end right there with the mana.
Let me go back to the other thing I was talking about too. When the Soviet Union kind of blew up, NATO stopped pretty much at the border of West Germany, but over the years NATO has continually expanded eastward, eventually including Poland and the Baltic states and all of these things. So when as the Soviet Union dissolved, and all these countries started to join NATO and become more democratic and moving away from Russia, NATO just kind of zipped up to the borders of Russia. And it happened pretty rapidly, right? Because the dissolution happened in 91. And, by 2000 something, I don't know which year it was, by 2000 something, right? NATO was all the way up to Russia's borders again.
Okay.
Which they perhaps rightfully so, said like, "Hey, so the Soviet Union dissolved. Are we allowed to join NATO?" And we said no. So Russia did ask at one point. We said no. The Soviet Union asked before as well, and we said no, which is very funny. So the NATO states sent a very clear message. NATO was against Russia, even though they tried to ask at least twice before to join. And so with it moving up to its borders closer and closer, like it is understandably threatening to them to have this alliance right on their border, saying like, "Hey, this is an alliance that's meant to not include you."
All right.
I probably had another point in there, but I don't remember it now.
All good. That's making a lot of sense, and I think
that would be one of the biggest reasons to say Russia's kind of justified, because like, hey, they're trying to preserve some defensive whatever, right, of their nation and people. I would side with Tenebrae's assessment that this is not especially like convincing, because a lot of the perceived threat that people in NATO countries have against Russia is threat that Russia has caused, understandably, because they're kind of one of the worst neighbors to have.
Yeah.
Since like following when everything dissolved in '91, the Russians were pretty quick to invade Georgia as well, right on their border, and there's a continuing occupation.
The Ukrainians actually helped in the Georgian invasion as well.
That's true.
Troops.
Yeah.
So they knew it was coming even 2 decades before it happened.
Yeah. And that occupation in Georgia has been going on for quite some time as well. So it's like not hard for people to kind of point to Russia and say like, "Hey, you're still doing this thing." It's understandable that we would need this alliance to remain in place, because like, there's precedent that's been established.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I
literally can't do anything.
The Coalition of the Willing sounds like a Dark Souls. Like.
Oh yeah, the Coalition of the Willing. Thank you, Tenebrae. It was 2004 that I was meaning earlier.
Right. GG.
Sounds like a Dark Souls covenant to me.
Benjamin's soul is the darkest, I swear. Did you really have to do that to me right there? Found of Dreams is banned. I hate it so much. Oh,
Banned? No.
I'm kidding.
Ban it now.
Kidding.
Tenebrae is right though. The thing I did not address at all was the stockpile of nukes that the Russians have. Right, no one would willingly invade them because Russia is one of the largest stockpiles in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, second only to America, literally.
Yeah, it's true.
That's right. Let's go Texas. Everything's bigger in America.
Yeah.
We have Texas.
I didn't include that because like most people don't when they talk about invasions these days. But if
there it is again.
Oh my God.
That was the first time I used menu in the entire game as well.
Fujin,
Yeah,
how?
I know.
How do you keep doing this, my guy? Did you even get off a different spell? Or was that the first one?
I got one. I got
What?
no. It was my first menu, but not my first spell. My second spell.
Oh my God. Yep, Vor.red indeed. Holy shit.
I was bored by Benjamin.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Yeah. I didn't include the nuclear thing in the discussion, Tenebrae, because most people don't. Because if the Russians did that, it would be a pretty clear sign that they have decided to disengage with the world entirely. Yeah. Like, I guess the Russians could nuke Ukraine in a heartbeat, and that would end the war, but it would also end a lot of other.
Yeah, it would end video game. Then we all gotta go play Call of Duty. Which, against
That's
nukes,
true.
I guess it wouldn't. We would just dump our stockpiles and see what's left at that point, huh?
Can you inhale this?
No.
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can after I get out.
Yep.
That would have actually been sick if you could inhale, and then like spit that at somebody.
And then spit it out.
It would do so much damage. I think Kaklang is, unironically, like
No,
Steve
don't land
Anvil.
there. Don't land there. Why did you land there, hero?
Why did you land there, Bridget?
If you watch the playback, you can quite clearly see that I intended to grab the edge, not land next to you.
Yeah,
You're right.
you
I
know,
did do that.
I can agree with that, Fujin. I imagine most of us don't try to walk into the camera. It just kind of
It
gets
just
into
happens
us.
a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me if I didn't get kamikaze at least once. That's one certainty of the world. Like the Ukraine-Russia conflict, like who knows which direction that will go, but I will always kamikaze in the Smash game.
You're right.
I don't think EMP is released by nukes. That's electromagnetic pulse.
Yeah.
You're talking about like static radiation, right?
Yeah, radiation is definitely a big problem. Places in the world that have been nuked are still suffering from the effects of being nuked.
50 and 80 years later or something.
Yeah. Not as much in the obvious one in Japan, because a lot of old people cleaned up a lot of the fallout from that bomb.
Uh-huh.
Kind of a self-sacrificing move. And this is tangential, right? But
no, it's actually
yeah,
I guess very related, because I think that's what's on a lot of people's minds. I know it's on mine because I'm sure that at one day the nuclear option will become the nuclear reality. The question is, how prepared will you be for that? As
I'm not sure that's true.
I agree with Benjamin. I don't think that is very likely.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's as likely as people think.
Well, no, I don't think it's likely. I'm just saying eventually. My philosophy is that if children have toys, eventually going to play with it. I don't know what the I don't see nukes being used as a way to gain political power. I could only see a dying nation ever using a nuke again, if that makes sense. Sure. And when we get to that point, then it'll be, a matter of how far will it go? Oh God, come on, where's the knee? But for example, let's say that this Ukrainian situation blows up, and we do end up in a World War III scenario, and Russia
blows up.
Not
okay.
choice of words for me.
Yeah, my bad.
I understand what you're saying.
My bad. Look, it pops off, okay? It pog chaps. And Russia ends up getting, the Nazi Germany treatment, right? I could see them having a reason to not nuke you. Like if you're gonna Hitler yourself, you might as well do it to everybody else. If Hitler had nukes before he took the pill, he would have pressed the big red button, right? We're under that impression. Or is that just me?
He would have, I think. But the question is whether or not the people actually in charge of firing the nukes would have done it.
And
right?
also, if he had nukes, they would have been aware of it for many years beforehand, and
that's
people
also true.
People would have been working alongside him. So if he was going insane enough to press it himself, people would have stopped him most likely.
I mean, I feel you.
What I would say about that is, we have a couple of documented cases. I know in the Soviet Union, I don't know if there are any in the U.S., where during the Cold War there would be false readings that a missile had been fired at one country or the other. And in that situation, and this is true nowadays, right? If a missile is fired, your job is to shoot your missile at whatever its target is. It doesn't matter where that one is going. If it's detected, you must fire it, right? This is something that's been in place in every nuclear-armed country since those days, right? And there were a couple of times that we have documented in the Soviet Union, I know for sure, where they did have those false alarms where a missile had been fired, and the person in charge of it just said, "Hey, I'm not going to do that," and they didn't. And then, of course, that person would be court-martialed later. But despite finding out that it was a false alarm, essentially, yeah.
Right.
But there's enough situations that are like that, I think, that I don't know that it would happen, right? Because if someone says, "Hey, you do, shoot the missile," you still have to get everybody on board to say, do that. In addition to the firing operator and all the political people who have access to that kind of to those kind of codes. There's too many layers, I think, for it to be a realistic thing. In my personal opinion.
I respect that I do.
It's
just that we haven't had an example of that outside of, or I'm sorry, in actual armed conflict, right? The Cold War is a bit different. Which I'm not super versed on either, but my understanding is that it reminds me of a you swing first, bro, where both people don't want the conflict, but they want it. That makes sense. Both groups, right? There's nothing to be gained from actually warring, but everything to be gained from posturing. So because all we're looking for is the image, essentially, there's a lot more doubt in whether or not we're actually having a heated conflict, right? That level of doubt, I think, is why somebody may have had the conscience or the clarity to say, "Hey, I'm not gonna press the button until we're sure," or not gonna press it at all. if we're in a position to where we've been at war for 10, 5, in 3 years, actively putting boots to the ground, and I'm being told that now is the time for me to make that decision for my country. Not saying that I personally would do where I am, but I can see where somebody would feel like that's the correct thing to do. And that's where I'm a bit more skeptical, because we've never seen it in armed conflict aside from the time that America got to use it, and
Sure.
you get the oops, my bad, bro. We didn't realize how powerful it was. But,
I mean, it wound up killing fewer people than actually invading the country did.
yeah, that is true.
I'm doubtful of that fact.
You're doubtful of that fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
especially considering that civilian casualties and wartime casualties are very different things.
That's true.
yes, but from what I understand, culturally speaking, at the time, Japan had like a countrywide like edict.
This is not true.
Is it not true?
No.
Please correct me there.
Well,
Fill me in, because I don't know.
Japan is a much more obviously unified. Well, at the time was a much more unified nation.
Right.
So people obviously supported the war, but that's because, again, as Benjamin said earlier, that was due to ignorance. Like no one knew what America's intentions were within Japan, because Japan's entire country was being controlled by propaganda.
Right.
So-
This is also
no
true
one-
in Russia today, by the way.
My understanding is that propaganda was so influential that if America were to invade on land, that people were instructed to take their own lives as opposed to being captured. The second there was any invasion.
I think that's more of like that's more of a posturing thing. I don't think people would have actually done that, and a lot of people within the sort of like the Imperial Army, even the higher ups, were very skeptical of the conflict, especially toward the end.
Okay.
So it's believed that a lot of the posturing done, especially by Hirohito, who did not support the war for a fact. He was a puppet leader for most of the
That's why we let Japan keep him after the war.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the posturing done was essentially just the Imperial Army leaders sort of saying, "Look, we're really nationalistic, guys," and then running away. So that they were essentially making themselves look good by saying, "Oh, we should all do this very nationalistic thing because we all support the emperor, don't we, guys? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge," and then essentially leaving everyone with the consequences. So they wouldn't.
All right, take care, Oak Tree. All right. I love to get your perspective and a little bit more background on it, because that was the way it was taught, and obviously, you guys know how I feel about American history.
Because the funny thing about Hiroshima is that everyone was just going about their lives very normally in the town at the time. Like no one was like ready to arm their grandma with a rifle or anything. Or if the Americans were coming, they were just assuming that the army was sort of handling everything and that the emperor was telling the truth, which he unfortunately wasn't. So it's very sad to know how much influence the Imperial Army had at the time on the Japanese public, because the Japanese public was so sort of unaware of the true situation that they could have died at any moment. When they did, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Because the Imperial Army was so sort of preoccupied with looking good, with image, that they didn't actually sort of care that much about the reality of the situation.
That makes sense. I do like to draw a distinction between like billion lives versus military casualties. Because I would say it's like that's the 100 to 1 rule right there. If we lose one civilian, then it's worth 100 soldiers who put their lives into doing this thing, versus somebody who was their grandma. Because if you think about it, at least in the American sense, if I'm a military dude, I'm supposed to be protecting that grandma's right to have tea with her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her granddaughter. So if she gets nuked, then mission failed, boys. We can't get her next time.
Like, basically, invasion would have been terrible, but it would have involved people who were willingly giving their lives for the conflict, not civilians who had no idea they were going to die that day.
I would say though that a lot of those invasions would have taken part in the cities of Japan as well. So even though yes, 2 cities did get nuked with civilian casualties, there would have been, I think, there would have been a lot more civilian casualties as a result of a full-on naval invasion, because you would have had people fighting within cities and that sort of thing.
I agree, and
even in addition to like the military casualties and such, that I also think would have been higher for both counts if the bombs had not been dropped.
I think that's if the conflict had escalated to the point where like major cities were being like attacked and invaded, which they
I
already
mean,
were.
it would have had to have been,
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah.
I think it's obviously it's impossible to tell because this is all hypothetical because none of this
True.
actually happened. But I think if the invasion reached a point where cities like Tokyo or Kyoto, let's say, were actually at risk of being like invaded successfully, I think the Japan would have surrendered because that's equivalent to
Sure.
them to the image of the country. That's equivalent risk to the nuclear bomb. So
Sure.
I think they
Yeah.
would have surrendered before that happened because
go
they would rather the dishonor of losing the invasion than having their capital city like occupied
Yeah.
by a foreign nation.
And I do want to highlight
think that's
what
fair.
Tenebrae saying about the overall cultural understanding of quote Japanese. We were talking about this earlier with nationalism, but viewing them as subhumans, etc. Americans.
That's
do that,
true too.
right? And I know she was talking about. She said their invasion of other Japanese islands gave them out of their dim view of the civilians themselves, right? So from the American perspective, bombing soldiers versus civilians, it's the same in reference to the whatever. I forget what the actual derogatory term was at the time, but we don't necessarily need that.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know that we need that on
Yeah.
stream.
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
And
No, I think you're right.
I only say that when it comes to referencing a certain conversation that just happened in my. We had the waifu conversation in Discord, and that's gonna be coming back up again soon.
Really?
Yes. Not necessarily on stream, but I do find it interesting to discuss derogatory terms for their actual value or lack thereof.
Sure.
So I'm not shy about that, and I don't want anybody else to be shy about it, as long as it's good. I did. Just throwing that out there just for a second. It may come up on stream. If it does, obviously I'll get things. But let's see. That was where were we at? Oh,
Before we get off of the tangent, there is one final point I'd like to make based on something that you said, Romeo.
okay. Go ahead.
You said that like we dropped the bomb and then the U.S. said like sorry we didn't know how bad it was going to be or whatever. To
That's more of a
clarify,
modern apology.
the U.S. did not apologize. It never has, and it never will.
Yes. When I say modern apology, I'm also talking about like.
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I just thought I would clarify that to be sure.
Yes.
Since I know not everyone in the chat knows these sorts of things. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, we're very, very proud of that, actually. In fact, I think being the only ones who've ever like actually armed a nuke is something that gets the ghost of George Washington very hard at night.
You think so?
George Washington.
I'm not
nuked
so
Japan,
sure.
Everybody. No, I'm just about
Yeah.
the specifics being ridiculous. It's the bald eagle that gets an erection.
You're right.
But I'm also talking about like people who were,
Yeah, of
condemning
course.
other countries that have nuclear capability, even considering using it, where they say like, oh well, America was the first to try it, so we had no idea. That's more of like a modern revisionist type thing.
Yeah.
I've seen circulating.
Just to connect this issue back to Russia, actually, the conversation, because the ironic thing about the use of the nuclear bomb at the end of World War II is that part of the motivation for it was actually to sort of, it feels weird to use this word, but like flex on Russia. Because America had just
absolutely.
achieved weapons that were capable of competing with Russia on the world stage, and they had a perfect situation to go, okay, we can use them in the field of conflict. Russia
Exactly.
can see it. They're next door to the country we're using it in. So,
And the Russians also thought we didn't.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Russia were preparing for a post-World War II conflict anyway with America at the time.
Yeah.
So America knew what was coming, and unfortunately enough for the Japanese people, they just happened to be in a part of this experiment.
Yep. This was still Stalinsky, right?
Oh yeah, Stalin-san was in charge for.
Stalin-san. Oh, Stalin senpai. Highlight this name.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, was there for at least another 20 years even after the Second World War.
Oh yeah.
I always have to be sure about my timelines because I'm bad with dates and directions. So
I see.
I may ask as if I have no knowledge of it, but my friend Deepak has filled me in about all kinds of stuff over the years, and I never really took the time to put it in order.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, typically whenever I'm saying anything, I'm addressing, because like my main mode of communication is debating people online. whether it's in YouTube comment sections about feminism, which is ironically the place where like all public discussion happens. Wherever there are people being like, hey, women are equal, you will find bros talking about Ukraine, I promise. Or the equivalent hot topic at the moment. Nice, I'm so glad that hit. I don't know why women have to deal with so much. Also, never getting to be like.
I mean, I've heard that there are women all over the world.
Benjamin has said that there are women. He's out to find them right now.
No.
And when you find them, let Fujin know. He's got to get the date in the next 20 years. So.
Oh my goodness. I'm not putting that much effort. It's not like a serious life goal or anything. Don't you worry. I've got Michael. I've got Romeo. I've got all I need in life, to be honest.
Honestly, I'm glad to be included in that list. I was so jealous of Michael. I think I told you that before. I was like, no, I want to be Fujin's favorite. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to be favorite.
I think it's just coincidence because I met Michael. Well, I guess I met you both at the same time.
Yeah, you did.
Michael was like the face of it at the time. But you're definitely the same. You're on the same level.
No, I don't even know if I can accept that, Fujin. It's so precious to me. If you tell me I'm on the same level as Michael, it will give me an unhealthy ego boost. So I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that and just keep working to be on that level. All the same. Okay. That's okay.
Well, you're already there, Romeo.
Yep, didn't hear it. You can't convince me. God damn it! Why would you hold that, Benjamin? What if you died?
Right into it.
Well, what if you died? I even ran away. I ran to the other side of the stage and all the way back, and you were still inhaling.
Did you not know that King DD's range takes up the entire stage?
I knew.
I'm so sick of you, my guy.
Like what were you gonna do? Jump over it? No.
Oh. The whole. Oh wow! I got that shield up so fast. The whole point of me running to the other side of the stage was specifically to give you some time to relax.
Change my mind?
Yes.
No.
Ugh. Like,
I'm a little bit notoriously bad about changing my mind, and that I don't really do it though.
Well, you know, maybe then you shouldn't be a world leader, Benjamin. God damn it.
It takes me a while to make up my mind. So.
It's funny though. In world leaders, rash leaders who don't change their minds are much more favorable than leaders who take their time to decide and then don't change their mind.
Yeah.
I just feel like historically speaking, that's always been me.
That's sort of a perception that people have, yeah.
Because voters are like gamers; they're impatient.
Exactly.
Well, voting is a game.
Exactly, and if someone takes too long deciding something, they're like, "No, we'll just vote for someone else."
That's so matter-of-factly. I'm not getting inhaled there, Benjamin. Don't do it.
I was wondering if you were gonna.
I mean, I disagree with
that. Or not.
I would rather someone that takes their time with something, but obviously, you know, I'm not everyone.
What?
Also, we just became the agent generation, so.
You became the Asian generation?
Agent generation. I characterize the agent generation as the one characterized by financial ability, active citizenship, as well as... sorry. When I say political... Being a member of MI6? When I say political superiority, what I mean by that is that their political opinions are highlighted more on the world stage, right? So, in the next 4 to 5 years, at least my generation, I believe the two are also in general.
No, I'm too old now.
Aren't you like 26?
26?
Yeah, Benjamin, you're
I like
26.
That works for me.
Benjamin, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I think I'm 24.
Are you 24 for real? Oh wait, we discussed this.
We did discuss this.
God, I always think you're older. No, you're dead. You're dead. Yes! Yes! oh, yes! Take that. You're 22 now, bitch.
No, okay. the USA doesn't like being dragged in front of us. It likes starting them.
Hey, Kryptonite.
Yeah. Hey, Kryptonite.
The USA doesn't like being second place to conflicts. It has to be the first one there.
And the USA did not wait too long to join World War II. They were in it the whole time. They built their economy off of it, essentially, what I understand.
Well, yeah, they were passive contributors for the first 3 years.
And then once
they supplied the Europeans with munitions and food and whatnot.
Exactly. And once we got our bag and got out of the Depression and stuff, which we were already on our way out from what then it was like, oh, okay, guys, don't forget about us. We might be the merchant, but we're also the final boss. Is energy.
They only just became the final boss at the time. Actually, World War II is what made them the power they are today.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was very very interesting. how that played out.
Thank
Oh, I
you,
could
bro.
just
You
let you
saved
die.
me. Yeah, you could just let me die there.
I wouldn't have though, unless I stomped you into the abyss. It depended on how vindictive I was feeling.
This is true.
Fujin just
You
banged me on
walking
stream. I just wanted to say that Fujin banged me on stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I would do. Don't you worry.
I actually didn't hear what you said, but it sounded funny. No, Fujin, I wanted you to. Oh, okay, fine. Wait. Got him?
Oh,
Got him.
no.
Got him. Let's go.
I got it. I'm gonna come back.
Okay. All right. So I can't remember where we were in the actual discussion. We had quite some tangents. They were good ones too. One of which was me beating Benjamin, PogChamp. Let's go. Weird champ.
Yeah, I don't know where the conversation was at.
Honestly,
I'm here.
If we wanted to stop here, I don't think that would be a bad. Oh God.
It's your call. Obviously, I'm
I'm
interested in discussing politics forever, but
well, that's awesome. Then you always have a place
Yeah.
here, 'cause I am great at politics.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite things to do. So
you and I discuss
definitely want.
different spheres of politics, but yes,
Yeah, yours is more valid than mine.
no.
No, it
do you
is.
mean?
It is because I'm just trading mine with yours so I can actually do politics one day.
Uh-huh.
That's why I have you here. I'm trying to steal all of your hard-earned knowledge.
Steal all of my platform.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
and then
As long
then
as you
use it.
appoint me an ambassador.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. You can be the ambassador to Deutsche Bank specifically.
Fantastic.
Yeah, if you're actually interested in being like a member of a cabinet or a campaign or anything like that, let me know.
Goodness. Yeah, please.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, Fujin, what do you want to be? You want to
Dead
get
right
into
now, to be
American
honest.
politics? I know, a connection error occurred on my end.
There we go. Romeo finally died to an attack that should have killed him. That's like the last 3 attacks that I'm gonna use should have killed you or anything.
No, don't worry about it, Fujin. Don't worry about it. I love getting kaboomed in the morning. It's my favorite thing. I would say you did me a favor. Everyone knows it was for the fans. Miku was there. She'd be saying Fujin Gaming.
Yeah, she's gone back to class, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
forgot to say goodbye because I was too busy talking about
Oh,
Japan being bombed.
She said she'll be right back. I believe that class was very interesting. Like Miku said she was going to class
Oh.
one time and was back in 15. Alright, GG. Been listening in and out, but I appreciate the perspectives from all of you. Oh, thank you, Michael.
Do
You
you
know,
appreciate the perspective of the boyfriend material, Michael?
All right.
the boyfriend material. Fujin said, no, it's not a rush. I'm not in a rush to get a significant other or anything. But also, Michael, did you hear the boyfriend thing?
But also, Michael, are you single?
Yeah.
Michael, he'll do the Justin Bieber. I'd like to be everything you want. Hey, girl. Michael, if I was your boyfriend, then I wouldn't be.
Well,
single.
unrelated to that,
Right.
if people are getting useful information or perspectives from me, then I am glad to hear that.
Why do people use Wikipedia? Just ask Benjamin a question. God.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Ask Benjamin could replace Ask G.
Ask Benjamin. Ask Ben Jeeves.
Ask Ben
Oh, no.
Jeeves. Okay, Ben Jeeves. I'm using that in a thumbnail or title or something. Man, I did not realize how good of an idea these Friday streams were. I feel like they are really hype. Even though they're a little bit harder to like drive engagement for the channel itself, I feel like they present interesting opportunities for content that we don't necessarily have in the long.
Yeah.
Like having this kind of a focused talk is literally impossible. When I was gonna say Meme Master 69, but we actually had Meme Master 420 show up. So
Yeah.
but anyway, I think where I would like to go from here is back on the stage. Okay, thank you.
Sure, you can have that.
Uh, uh.
It is permitted to
No,
walk onto the stage.
I'm not getting Gordo sniped again. You're
I mean-
not getting that on me.
On the stage is more dangerous if you're playing against King Dedede, arguably.
Say arguably, but it's getting back on the stage is the worst part. The ledge trapping.
True. When you're there,
Yeah.
you're dead.
It's the transition that is concerning.
Yeah. Oh, I could have got that if I got
Goodbye.
my fucking fastfall. God damn it. I did not get my fastfall there. That would have been the stock, and I could have wall jumped and saved myself.
Could you have wall jumped though?
Benjamin, remember like 35 minutes ago when I asked you not to say anything? I asked you like 15 times not to say anything. That wasn't just for that moment. That was for the rest of the stream, at least.
Oh.
Oh
I
my
see.
gosh.
I thought you were asking me to like talk about things here today. I was confused.
Piece of shit. Don't say anything about wall jumps, okay? I'll get good at them.
What are your opinions about the use of wall jumps in Ukraine?
I need to take my nebulizer.
That was too funny for me to use stabilizer.
I forgot whack was not a projectile.
I mean, it would be nice if it actually killed you, or like any of the whacks I've used this game. But, well,
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't be killed by RNG.
This is true.
He literally only benefits from it.
Yeah, because I always die to it instead.
I would hate to play Benjamin in a dice game. Absolutely. He probably nat 20s all the time in D&D. I don't know how they stand you anymore.
Not all the time. It depends on the character I'm playing, apparently. Some of my characters have been more routinely lucky than others.
Wait,
I don't know how that works. But
yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know how that works either. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Some people just have more luck than others, you know? I guess it manifests in that way from characters as well. What's happening here?
The lag really hit me in a bad time there.
Okay.
Roku. Could be me too.
Real quick. Sorry, I don't know if you're still there. Thanks for dropping by, Roku. Fridays are closed lobbies. If you'd like to join us, you want to check us out on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Central Time. That's when I have open lobbies, and you know whoever gets in by the time it fills up, allowed to play. So I appreciate you coming by. Welcome to the stream. This is kind of a different format because we're discussing politics more so than playing Smash, although we are also doing that, and they've been some good games.
Get anything good on my menu, please. I'm not asking for that.
Lots of top deck kamikazes. But yeah, I appreciate you showing interest in playing. Friday formats are typically me and Benjamin, who is Comet in game, and then we have one guest. Our special guest today is Fujin Takuma. His channel's featured in chat. He's also a streamer. And yeah.
If you can call me that.
Yeah, shut up, Fujin. Shut up. I'm doing the pitch, okay? Be self-deprecating on your channel. Gas yourself up here. That's the rule.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take that.
Alright, great. But yeah, anyway. That's just the vibe we got going on right now. But I appreciate you dropping by, Roku. I'm back, bros. Did I miss any kamikazes? Yeah, you probably missed 2 or 3. I know Fuji did not stop the kamikaze train. So we can't say that it was for you, Miku, that he was doing it. But I can let you know that he was thinking about you while he did it. You know? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I always.
Fuji, when are you joining Vocaloid?
Next year. They haven't done my debut yet.
Oh, okay, they haven't done your debut yet? Okay, at least there's plans.
That's cool.
That is cool.
No, I'm joking, obviously.
No, you're not joking.
I cannot sing for the life of me.
Well, what if I said that that's the beauty of joining Vocaloid, in that you'll be surrounded by career singers. You can just add the cuteness, since you're so pretty, no?
That makes sense to me.
That makes sense to me too. I bet Miku would agree. Right, Miku? He can fill that spot that Roy was supposed to take.
In the Smash Bros. Ballot.
No, we talked about it yesterday, that if Roy had gone a different path in life and not picked up the sword, he would have been a memorable.
This is
Miku
true.
agreed. So.
Oh, I see Morris Thomas says fun rent. Clearly that must mean something important.
It means I need to go ahead and start getting my apartment situated. This fun rent is due. Damn it, Benjamin. Wait, did you take the message? Because I feel like I deleted that and then you hid them and
I got it.
I swear I got that.
I think we all simultaneously managed to, to delete that, and just Benjamin was 1 millisecond earlier.
The British Lloyd, oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
I need to learn more about Vocaloid.
That was my last match because not only is I'm just losing my well, I don't have an edge anyway, but it's become even more blunt now. So it's now like a spoon.
Honestly, I've seen somebody die from school. Yes, yes, finally. Finally, one time out of 45.
So my Switch battery is quite low right now, and I had to check. Well, there's like no outlets near me, so I'd have to move the Switch somewhere else.
With that said, somebody now I do usually allow somebody to take that third spot if they want to, but I do play favorites on Fridays. It's just that Fuji will have voice chat privileges.
How much longer are we going for?
I usually go for up till about 6:30, so it'd be about another 45 minutes of actual VC time when the stream's going. if you don't want to use VT, if you want to hop out early,
I mean,
at any point in time, that's fine.
I'm not doing much else. I mean, apart from some work later, but like I've got like hours yet, so I'm fine.
Okay, sweet. Then yeah, if somebody wants to hop in for actual games, just let me know in chat. I'll pick somebody out of the litter.
I can stay around.
I'll still be here, of course. So
I've got
you
14% battery. That's enough, I think. For one game.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, it sounds fine to me.
Oh, am I winning?
I don't think so. I think it's tied.
You didn't even mean that with any irony. You were actually being serious.
Yep.
That's Jet Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And off stage.
Oh, well, if I'm counting Jet Hammer, Jet Hammer's a bad move, so you might be ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna figure out how to get that timing consistent, and then you'll never beat me again. Yes, let's go, Gordo. You didn't kill?
No, he's Gordo. Why would he kill?
Let's go.
All right,
Gordo
now
just-
it might be tied. Stop laughing.
I should have gone for the knee. I should have gone for the knee. That was like perfect setup too. I should just fast L knee, and that it wouldn't have been the game, but I would have been in a better position than fucking this. All right. Victory is coming soon.
Whoa.
Let's do this.
All right, that's fine.
Do it. Yes. Yeah. Yes. GG. Okay.
Good stuff.
Oh, good stuff. Good game. You know how pissed I was that you said I think it's even, and then it evened up immediately? I don't know if you knew how pissed I was. I was very
Where
upset.
were you when Gordo was kill? Good question. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. People in the US know Fire was because of Smash. Absolutely, yep. No better position than fucking this. I figured somebody's gonna call me out. I thought it was gonna be Benjamin, but no, of course it was Michael. Roy is a beta compared to Ike. Ooh, Tenebrae with the not hot takes. Ike is bad. He makes all the Fire Emblem look like beta. I wanted more from Soth. He came across as weird champ to me. Like, if Micaiah didn't like Soth, would he be a person? No? That's my question.
Good question.
And also, she's like his dragon grandma or something. I guess a raven grandma.
What? Why did they get left?
Yeah, I actually... Usually, I have to like have some part of you in my body in order for that to happen. But it looked like I just whopped you with my dick and flew off stage.
Oh, goodness.
Curse you.
Thank God I actually managed to not die while sneezing.
Always gonna go for it because that's a clip.
Not very useful against Captain Falcon. Oh well. Oh, I actually got something good on Hocus Pocus once.
Nice.
Never mind.
I didn't even try to DI it. Oh my gosh. I actually could have lived that.
Ignore everything I say. Never listen to me ever again.
That is so funny. I got something good on Hocus Pocus. That is so fucking cool. Nice good flame. No, not Kaboom! I'm okay. I could still lose this match.
I doubt it.
You doubt it, but you doubt a lot of things, Fujin. And that makes you a skeptic, I think.
Kamikaze taunting on the menu. There's only
It was right there. Yeah, it presented you sweet death.
Do it.
Oh, wow, you got the shield up. Nice. I thought that was it for you, Fuji.
Thank you, Romeo, for praising my basic use of the shield button.
You have no idea how much I struggle with the shield button. Like, I legitimately am just amazed when people block things. Because I usually get kicked in my fucking chest.
I did so badly that game that Romeo had to compliment me by complimenting my shield.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. No,
It's the
legitimately,
the
if you
best
watch
I could do.
if you watch me play Benjamin and Kane, I'm always like, oh, nice shield. Oh, nice shield. And I bet the audience is like, what is this guy talking about? Just push the R button. But I'll dash
Actually,
forward.
push the L button. Thank you very much.
Okay, I jump with the L button.
You jump with the L button?
Yeah, I do.
I jump with the Y button.
That's a bad choice. You should have movement and stuff on left hand and buttons on right hand. So good.
I have my buttons on the right hand.
Yeah, but you
My
also have your-
attacks and my jump. They're all
No.
where I need them to be.
No, jump is movement. Jump should be left hand. Listen to Esam.
Jump is a button.
It doesn't have to be. It could be a trigger.
Yeah, but why? You know?
Because left and right brain.
Why is everyone trying to name Altina in chat right now, but not saying Altina's name? Oh no, there we go. Someone did say Altina's name. I thought everyone was being really cryptic about it, like just not mentioning the name for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't been reading chat as much, and I wish I had. But it's like you guys are talking amongst yourselves now. And once that
Yeah, they
happens,
got it. I got it covered.
I just let it happen.
I was checking in between games just to see what was going on. And
Okay, great.
now they're talking about Fire Emblem, which I think is because Miku's back.
Yeah, I was about to say.
be honest with you.
Miku is the only reason Fire Emblem remains relevant on this channel.
No, yeah, not Michael or me or anyone else. Just me.
Nope. It's just legitimately. I don't
Just
think
me.
something about the way that Miku wants Fire Emblem in. Like you guys do it, but it's more like, hey, if you like Fire Emblem, check out the Discord. We'll talk about it there. Miku's like Fire Emblem is a way of life. There is no
Yeah.
Discord. Discord is Fire Emblem. Smash is Fire Emblem. What?
It's the lived
Miku is Fire
experience-
Emblem.
The lived experience of Miku is Fire Emblem.
Remember that time she what is it? The guy asked her if they had reached S support? Like legitimately 100% Fire Emblem. It's real. That was hilarious.
No, I have no idea.
Oh, you guys didn't hear that story?
No.
I think there was a guy who was confessing. Miku, you can double check on this because you told it I think 2 or 3 times on this channel. But apparently a guy was like confessing to Miku, and he asked her if they had at least reached S support or something, right? If they were F support, and and I think they settled on A support though, which was just great, so wholesome and awesome.
And cringe. Sorry, what?
I definitely wouldn't say cringe, considering that Miku is Fire Emblem. That is what she is.
Fire Emblem.
Honestly, if there was a couple more turns between them, that might have been the right approach to take the support route. Not trying to give anybody tips on how to serenade Miku. Have enough.
Corrected. Romeo.
You're telling it wrong. Okay, well then you tell me, Miku. You tell
did
it.
L plus ratio plus you told the story wrong. Plus A support.
Okay, that's why I want her to tell it. I asked her to correct me, because I'm not Fire Emblem like. A support means nothing to me. I'm just kidding, Miku. Don't unsubscribe, please.
Support means nothing to him. Wow.
A support just sounds like my bra size.
Oh yeah, the Michael stream.
Oh yeah, go check out Michael's stream because Michael's.
When is that?
It's
10:30,
trying to
I
refresh
think.
you. Wait,
10:30?
oh, what the? It's that late? I'm gonna be asleep by then, Michael.
Yeah. Michael said he's gonna start a bit later. I can't remember why, but that's what's happening.
It's
Doesn't he have,
because
like, a
you didn't
concert or
want me to
something?
watch Triangle Strategy, obviously.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, Fujin. You're being discriminated against.
I am. It's just it's because I'm British, isn't it? That's the reason.
I
It
believe
is, yeah.
so. Yeah, if you think about it, the triangle
Um,
strategy is like the Bermuda Triangle, and all the Brits go missing by he's trying to keep you
All
away
of
from.
them.
I would say that my heart goes out to you, Fujin, but I'm not sure if it's confirmed that I have one of those yet. So,
Yeah,
verdict's still out.
if he had one, I forearmed him in the back and he coughed it out. So, take that, DD. Get out of my room.
Aha! You got it.
I won 2 in a row, guys. And we
Okay,
weren't
so
even talking about Ukraine during.
I've got just enough battery to get through this game, I think.
All right, cool. It was the guy that introduced me to Fire Emblem. I rejected him by telling him we had to stay as an A support. Okay, thank you, Miku. Thank you. ETG. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Welcome, ETG. Dreams. Hopefully you feel nice and at home, and sometimes we talk about Ukraine. That is the stream.
Mhm.
Again, if anybody ever wants to pick that chat back up, I'm open to it. I just don't have any express questions. A lot of my concerns were dodged with the conversation.
Yeah, if you guys have questions that I can answer, then I will answer them. But if you have questions that I can't answer, then I'll just tell you, hey, I don't know enough to answer that. What was that?
What's your social security number?
I've given this information before. It's coin, of course.
Very true.
And
What happened?
what did I say? That the numbers on the back were left or something like this? I don't remember. Memorizing my social is not really.
People ask
But I'm
me-
pretty sure it's coin, and the 3 numbers on the back. Yeah.
I forget you can do that.
Wait, the 3 numbers on the back of your social security?
Yep. They're left.
I just realized what was said. Oh man.
There was no lag between like you being on the edge of the platform and you being at the bottom of the stage.
You know what's funny? This is a deja vu moment. I've definitely done that before.
Rogo, please. Why do you do this to me?
Because you're such a nice guy. I wanna show you that by showing
Smear me
you my
across the
moves.
screen.
No, I have to show you my moves. It's the only thing
Gonna
as a
sound
Falcon that I can
terrible,
do.
but never mind. Oh, I got you with the tip of the sword. Good enough for me.
Just the tip, food. All you need.
Yeah.
Canterbury's question is it true that America sees the UK and Australia as nothing more than a glorified carrier? Like an aircraft carrier. I believe the answer to that is yes.
I mean, we see the whole world as like a glorified import thingy. Like the shopping mall.
Yes.
God damn it!
He's gone.
And Fujin, can you confirm, do you live on an aircraft carrier?
Well, we do have airplanes on the country, and we're an island, so yes, technically.
Huh.
So I mentioned this earlier, my dad was in the Air Force. He was born on an American base in England. So it sounds to me like it's an aircraft carrier.
Do you know
because
where
that was
that base was?
considered as... I don't remember. I can ask him, though.
Because I lived near an RAF base, actually, when I was younger.
Do you? Which one is it?
Not anymore, but I did when I was younger.
Because
Bryson
I can't
One.
remember. I don't think it's that one. See you, Michael.
Ooh, there it is.
My shield
Did
did
you-
nothing for me.
Yeah, you got the air dodge early, which means that I think you had a little bit of end lag added on. You had just dropped to the ground. You may have gotten the shield a little bit faster,
Yeah,
but I'm not
that's
certain
the
on
thing.
that.
Yeah, that's the thing about the input lag is that all of my moves are either slightly early or slightly late, and it costs me so much.
Good game.
Yeah.
ETG, Taku, Billy jokes. I don't know. These nuts. Okay, so Miku said they had to stay A support.
I love just the pure, like, sort of reportative tone that
Yes.
they really use for these nuts.
I know. It's excellent.
sorry. Yeah, I guess I was rather adjusted. These streams are off the wall. We literally go as deep as possible and then way back up to the ceiling. I imagine for a normal audience member, which apparently there are none of out there, because everybody that comes in just fits right in.
Yeah, what's
maybe-
wrong with you people?
Yeah, what is wrong with the people? This is supposed to be a
That's my
strange
question
place.
for the crowd. What is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with my internet? My god.
It's trying to save you from this Falcon fuckery. God damn it. I thought I was gonna nair you there.
Are we good? Am I
We're
alive?
good. We're good. We're great, because I'm about to hit you with this knee.
Hello?
Okay, I didn't hit you with it. Terrible.
What's happening?
Can you hear me, Benjamin? I can
Am
hear
I
you.
alive?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, you're kind of cutting out on my end.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I mean-
Something to do with my whole internet just exploding all at once.
Yeah, you were a bit robotic, but I think you're back now.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what did
I don't know
ETG
why
do?
this happened.
I don't know what ETG did. Were you the one who said
ETG?
these nuts? You know what? I'm just gonna let ETG exist or live. If you'd like to join the Discord, we have more people who are a lot like this. They're the best people. They're the reason we have a community. I actually do like
That
advertising
does
the
make
Discord.
sense. You do need people for a community.
Exactly. That's what I learned from that show. I did not
What
do
show?
that. Community.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a show by that name.
I didn't watch the show by that name. I just knew that there was one called Community. So I learned that.
I see.
People. I assume.
They did need actors after all. We
Exactly.
requires People.
Are actors really people?
It
They're-
depends.
Oh yes, yes! I'm so good. Benjamin, once I get that consistently, what are you gonna do? That's your one defense against me is that I can't offstage you. And by your one defense, I mean one of many.
Yeah, I'll just figure something else out.
I don't know
You
if
know
you
it.
can.
I know it.
That's such a big deficit to. Also,
Why did
I
you just
chose.
keep grabbing there?
Yeah, that was a terrible option.
It's like,
If you drifted
it's
forward,
like
even
he's surely
slightly,
gonna jump next, right? And then you just kept grabbing. And I was like, but
see the reason
I
I,
could
kept
do
grabbing.
that. That's
Exactly. If I
like
was you,
a
it would have
mean move.
grabbed.
I know. Okay, I'll just go over here. Delete a Gordo real quick.
Tech. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The mix-up.
No way. First off, I need to know. Did I get the tech or did that actually combo? Did you combo
I
the
think-
spike into the sit or did I get the tech and it
I think I
destroyed?
comboed the spike into the sit.
I've
Let
never
me
seen
look at it
that
on stream though.
anywhere. Anywhere.
Novazen. You're right, Novazen. I don't know what that was.
I'm pretty sure
Let me
that
look at
comboed
it.
spike into sit.
Yep.
Oh my god. What?
Guys, I'm kind of lucky. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Who wants to see Min versus Kirby versus Captain Falcon? I was about to say ETG. One of the cardinal sins is questioning Miku's purpose. That'll get you especially, I don't know. I want to say ban hammer. I meant bonked. Bonked is a good way of describing what'll happen to you.
Yeah. The Van Hammer is what I have.
Yep, Benjamin will use the ban hammer. And then we have a, I don't know what the fucking thing is, but for some reason, people being mean to Miku, not that I think you were doing, but it just happens to her for no reason. I don't get it. Never harmed a person. But this acts as both like a pseudo warning as well as just like a conversation topic. Nope, don't do it, Benjamin.
Turning to.
Because I would hate to have to talk to Didi thought and kind of lose that train of thought. Jump. Apparently I needed more than just a jump.
Yeah.
Okay. Focus, Romeo. How do you beat Benjamin? Oh, I get it. Your dare is up, B. Oh, here it comes.
That wasn't enough. B.
Well, you know what? It didn't have to. All it had to do was work. It didn't matter what you did. That's one thing I learned from
see.
you, Benjamin.
That's true.
I'm doing it.
Sometimes what the other person is doing is really not relevant.
Yes. You couldn't get that from Circle Mash.
You're right.
Couldn't remember how to deal with that. Oh, Benjamin. No, Benjamin. My turn. I'm winning this.
Your turn. What do you mean it's your turn? Didn't you win last time?
Yeah, I won the last 2 times. Oh, no. Actually, you won last time. You fucking sit and spike.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah,
You're right.
asshole. You just
I
had your
forgot that
turn.
happened.
See, at first I was going to say it doesn't matter whose turn it is, and then I realized it's on my side. So. No.
I didn't know
Yes.
you were gonna go over the ledge. Why did you
I
do that?
Because there was a Gordo down there. I thought I was going to hang too low.
No, that Gordo wasn't threatening you at all.
Look, Gordo
That
is always
Gordo,
threatening
that Gordo
me.
was NATO, alright? That Gordo was doing nothing to you.
Damn it. Yeah, that was really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm so good! Oh, if only you had panicked a beat immediately, that would have been the game. I should have known you weren't going to panic.
No.
But it just came out of nowhere. I saw it happening, I just didn't think it would. So I panicked. Success is a
I
cost of
see.
panic. That almost killed me. Got really good at that, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Let's go. I'm getting better at that. Ah, come on, Romeo. Show your potential. Show him how you've grown. Make Benjamin recognize your moves. Okay, wait, that wasn't it. That was also not it. Almost it. Let's go. Come on, Benjamin. You gotta die here.
I do. Okay. You're right.
Maybe die over there. Oh, I want a short hop. I think that might have killed if I got the short hop. Gonna do it again. Do it again. Oh, where was the up B? Oh, sorry. I tried to up B there. I think that was supposed to kill. He's gonna get me with like jet hammer or something if I don't kill him like the next 13 seconds. Damn, I didn't think you'd go rubber jab.
Jet hammer, you think? Jet hammer's kind of a bad move, though. You know.
Yes, got him. Got him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. GG, Benjamin.
GG.
I don't know why he would. I would get back. Bring a matchup request. Oh, I wasn't talking about the matchup request, ETG. That was a joke. Regarding something else. No, you're not gonna get banned. No, ETG. We were talking about something else. I apologize. There was a bit of context.
Yeah.
So there was another user who attacked Miku for, like, I kept accusing her of being like a bot and attacked her for existing. And when you were like, the real Miku Hatsune or the purpose, etc. I was just referencing that because it happened relatively recently for the community. It was not really a big deal, but kind of was because they tried to join the Discord after I banned them from the stream. So I was just referencing that. It wasn't at you specifically, ET. I probably should have done a better job of making that clear. But no, you're fine. From what I can see, yeah, you fit right in here, and I appreciate it. Sorry if that seemed at all hostile. I should have taken the lack of familiarity into it. My apologies. That would have been sick.
Right.
I think from that angle, I might have been able to combo the knee into it. Bounce.
Do it. Come down here. You know you want to.
Yeah. I do want to now. Oh, damn. I don't know why I didn't see you going to the ledge. Gotta recover high.
You are?
Yeah, you usually wait for you up there. And then you, like, drift back to ledge. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the Falcon kick, okay? Alright, Benjamin.
I almost...
Ban this stage! God damn it! Ugh! Why are you like this? That was kind of cool. Got exactly as I thought it should. My Falcon been kind of spicy this week. Despite the sickness, I've been kind of doing this shit. Yeah, we're just gonna take my luckies right there and move on.
Fair enough. Are you still there, Fujin?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Cool.
When you got disconnected, I thought that you were on your way back. I didn't realize you still.
No, I'm just mesmerized by the Smash Bros. Player right here.
I see.
Oh,
I'll give you something to be mesmerized by.
Man, I've seen your jet hammer enough times, don't you worry.
you said it's mid now. Not even.
I see.
Mid.
It's a bad move.
Shut up. You know that's not true.
It is true.
I was hoping that helped me out. Made the mistake of. No, Benjamin. Why?
We went over this.
But if I jump over, you'll have enough time to block. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought that was spike
I know.
time.
There is literally no downside to the suck. It's just...
Yeah.
That's why
you
Jet
see-
Hammer is a bad move, because it doesn't relate to inhale at all.
Whew.
How did I miss the ledge? Oh god. Okay.
That was supposed to be
okay.
Nair. Okay.
Give you the knee back. Oops, that's a missing foot. That's okay, we'll commit to it.
Ah, if only I could have got the up air string, I think I would have been able to get you. Depending on your DI, of course.
Yeah.
The
Perhaps.
platforms make the jet hammer even harder to hit, because if you just jet hammer under a platform, you can't, like, attack from above.
No, stop doing that, Benjamin. It was my turn.
What?
Oh, Gordo saved. Okay. I think I could have gotten the up air into knee, but I got an extended hitbox off Gordo.
my stream was slightly behind, so I heard Romeo go silent. I was like, oh, what happened? So I had to wait a few seconds to find out.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm obviously not watching the actual game anymore because my Switch is
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see why. I can see why that happened.
Wait, let's see. Somebody else asked to get into the King of the... Oh, actually, if somebody wants to get in, we do have one more spot. So I'm willing. You just have to ask me. We got about 20 minutes though, which is why Benjamin and I are probably just gonna finish out the time. But if our third person ever wants to jump out, I am more open to having just one more. Why don't we just make Kalos Stadium legal with hazards on? You just made my heart shrivel. It was so erect before you made that statement.
Man, that would be great.
Kalos Stadium with hazards on is enjoyable though, because all you have to do is grab people and throw them at the hazards.
Exactly.
Yeah, and look at DDD's grab range. I'm not doing that shit.
Especially on the sword bit where they just turn to metal.
Yeah.
The swords also like make the Gordo bounce.
Oh god, yeah, like any bounce projectile
Yeah,
is always
exactly.
terrifying on the swords bit.
And the thing about like stage projectiles is that they make the Gordo like the stages Gordo, which means that other people can still get hit by them. It's fantastic. Like, sure, I could get hit by a Gordo, but that's a small price to pay. Like, what's one Gordo, you know?
Yeah.
You say that, but Gordo is your whole game plan, so it could be a lot.
I know, and if I get hit by one Gordo, it's fine.
Yeah, I think that was a lag situation, but I'll take it.
Yeah, just take it.
No, I needed that up there. I could have done so much more damage. Okay, Gordo still got your back. I forgot. I just been getting so lucky. Didn't mean to get that reverse. I actually called it.
I thought you did.
Nope. I actually called it correctly, but misinput it. That's another
That's
thing.
crazy because I meant to land on the other side.
Oh, which is funny because I saw you landing on that side.
You
That's hilarious.
punched the Gordo. that poor Gordo was just gone.
Don't say poor Gordo. Okay.
Gordo, yeah, poor Gordo. He didn't sign up for this.
He didn't deserve a Falcon Punch.
Yeah.
In the face.
Gordo gets drafted.
Yeah.
To the army.
There is no voluntary service for the Gordos.
Exactly. Gordo has no will of his own.
They're conscripted.
You say
All of
that,
them.
but Gordo be reaching to fucking protect DDD a lot of the time. So even if you are conscript, if you're too good at your job, I reserve the right to discriminate against you. No, how do I? God, I hate tilt reverses.
I mean, if only DDD's bringing the slightly weaker Gordos to
That's
his
for me.
fight hit, because in actual Kirby games, Gordos can't even be hit.
I know.
So he's like his force has clearly decreased. The power's gone down.
But you also can't inhale him there either, right? So.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So in other words, plus if you can't hit him, DDD couldn't send him across the stage with a hammer. He'd just be there.
Yeah.
And I would actually
So,
prefer that world.
This is the next level of Gordo. He's like genetically evolved them.
A GMO.
GMO Gordo.
The GMG.
Yeah, GNG.
Genetically modified Gordo. That's funny. What wasn't funny was getting hit by that. I wanted to not do that.
Yeah, it's rough when you get hit by moves that are not very good.
Up, Benjamin. I said it once as a joke. Well, I didn't say it as a joke. I genuinely believe that. But I get it. Point taken. I'm an idiot for saying things. But yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I run open lobbies. Falcon sent the Gordo to fight in Ukraine. Yep, that's kind of what happened.
Exactly.
Honestly, that would end the conflict so fast. I don't care how Russian you are. You are not rushing into a Gordo with any sort of effort.
Gordo also knows no borders, you know?
This is true.
He just goes.
Unless it sees the border of the stage, then it sticks into it, and you can't back on the stage again.
You're right. It depends on the Gordo.
Alright.
Some of them just bounce off and just fly away.
By the way, we're at 195 subs, everybody. Hooray! Let's go!
Nice.
You're almost at 200. It feels like yesterday you were getting close to 100.
Yeah, hit 100 December 30th.
Was it?
What?
Oh, was it?
Yep,
What
December
happened
30th.
to time? Where did it go?
Straight into the watch time, actually.
Straight into the Gordo that got punched off stage. by Morgan.
Now, stop mourning a fucking Gordo. This is like people that thirst trap Ben Shapiro. Okay, it's unnecessary.
I thought it was Ben Shapiro's sister that got thirst trapped.
Well, she got thirst trapped by Ben Shapiro, so.
Well,
Not
he dashed in that beat Inhale. My god. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I did just realize. That is a good thing to point out.
Yeah, Falcon's secret move, dash attack. I've told you how good it is.
I
It's
mean,
not a secret move. Remy uses it against me all the time.
no, Benjamin, when he played Falcon, used it against me to much greater efficacy.
No,
Okay, I was
is it-
fucking behind you, fucking king, dick.
Man.
Has it taken that long for that to actually come out? Is that the first time anyone has called him that?
I mean,
I feel like. Oh, I can't believe I made that back.
the only most similar thing I've heard him referred to is King D's.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know why I thought you would do anything. No! Stop. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Really.
I was 100% dead, by the way. Couldn't make
I
that
know.
back.
Actually, you're 161% dead.
Funny, Fujin. Very funny. Smash Bros. Comedy.
Smash Bros moment when the percentages are numbers.
Percentages are numbers. Yes.
Hey, get up, neutral. Come on, do it. Shit. No, I hit you. I was waiting for. Oh! I want to be rewarded for my good takes. Come on, pretend this is Twitter. Never mind.
You're
Actually,
not
it's exactly
fighting
like
me,
Twitter.
Romeo. There's
Yeah,
no
I
reward
pretend-
for your good takes. Unless you're fighting me, in which case all of your attacks will hit perfectly fine.
I mean, to be
Exactly.
fair, they were
the world
hitting
is
pretty
balanced
fine.
that way.
No, it's not balanced because Fujin needs some of that too. Die, yes.
No,
Thank
it's
you. Gordon.
balanced because Benjamin gets all of the luck and I get none of it. Which
That's what I'm saying. It's
In
balanced.
terms of the total number of luck in this within the calculation is equal.
Well, that's just balance within the law of conservation of luck. That luck can neither be created nor destroyed. We're talking about a balanced distribution, okay? If that's the case, capitalism is balanced because somebody gets the money.
Yeah, that's true.
Benjamin, are you arguing for capitalism?
What?
Exactly.
Sure, I'll argue for capitalism. That seems like the popular thing to argue for. You see, the free market dictates that more Gordos should be in the economy because it's good for small businesses or whatever.
God.
Because Gordo can be a business owner because he's a sapient being. Therefore, we need more Gordos in society because reasons.
Yeah, because reasons. Because there are none. There are no reasons. The only reason is the word reasons.
That's a pretty good reason to me. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's good in that it technically is the reason, but it doesn't make it like a better reason. Otherwise, just say better reason. Yep. Yes, let's go. He's falconing. Oh shit.
We have all these Gordos here, but where are all the Delgados?
The what?
It's the Mask of Zorro reference.
Oh, I see.
It's just also a Spanish language reference.
I just like the Mask of.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I was never really good at Spanish, so.
I was waiting for Miku to respond as a person of Mexican descent, but I've fallen flat. I failed as a human being.
No, I thought that was fine because it brought up the Mask of Zorro. You know.
Yes, that's true. As long as it accomplishes that.
Yes. And that's Antonio Banderas, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, which means it's great. Like Spy Kids and
Shrek.
Shrek. Oh my gosh, Puss in Boots. Nope. I had to do a slight jump there. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Did
I do.
anyone here play Street Fighter?
No.
Fortunately. I've only played a little bit. I have Street Fighter 5, I think. I just never even booted it up.
Well, the
Because
main
Ken
reason
has
I
banana
left
hair.
it is because Vega's theme, like if that became the theme tune for like Antonio Banderas' life, then I'd be good with that.
Yeah. That would make sense. Vegas theme is pretty based. Antonio Banderas also pretty. I mean, well, Vega not based. Don't get me wrong. Vega kind of sucks. Vega not good dude.
Lou's cool though, but he's not great.
Yeah, he's great, cool, fun to use and stuff, fun to look at, but also not great. I'm glad Chun-Li kicked his ass in the movie. Hit him with a couch. That was sick. Talking about the animated one from like the 90s.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh damn it!
You pushed me off.
No! Why? This is probably the most I've won against you in a stream ever, Benjamin. No joke.
Maybe.
It's because I was a distraction.
I appreciate that, Fujin. You wore him down like no one else ever could.
He won too much against me. He's like, oh, I can't do it anymore now. I've run out.
Exactly. I have a
conservation
limited amount
wins.
of wins. Yeah.
Oh god, no. Yes. Yes.
There's a platform
Yes. Yes. Oh, he's not dead.
No, I'm
No.
not dead.
No. I thought that was it. I would have done any other move if I had known it would. Oh god, did I lose? I lost.
A roller coaster of emotions.
Oh my god. Oh, it's like becoming CEO of Amazon and then the stock market crashes. Oh my, what? Bro, I hit the lottery and then everything went crypto.
You won the lottery in cryptocurrency. Man.
Oh, that was terrible. Hey, Third Eye Lenny.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm so fucking upset.
I almost fast fell right into the blast zone.
I
Man.
wish you would have. Come on in. Yes. What time? 5 minutes? Alright, stream's gonna be ending very soon.
Alright.
Oh god, I thought I had that, man. I got that,
Oh.
though. Let's go.
Surprised that hit me.
I'm not. That
I must have hit the toe.
Yes. Honey, now, okay, I'll be up in like 10 minutes. Yeah, don't you get pushed off this time. I could have won the game right there, by the way. When you were on the other side of the stage, and I could have down smashed you. Oh, that's so frustrating. He did not even have to be there. The world was fair. I should
The
start
world
back
wasn't fair, Romeo.
Oh yeah, that was fair. Let's go. Gordo reads. Oh my gosh, I'm so
Oh, the forward air
good.
didn't come out in time. That's
Believe it or
alright.
not,
You're
the
good.
forward air is faster than the Falcon dive. So that means I had to prepare my move before yours.
Mhm. No, I believe that.
God damn it.
Believe it or not, the hashtag is.
Don't say
Well,
it, Benjamin. Don't
there.
say it. Don't say it, please. Can I have anything, my guy? Can I have anything? Oh my god. You got the shield up. I didn't get the grab. You guys are about to see another whirlwind roller coaster of emotions. He didn't even air dodge, which means he does not respect my knee.
No.
Which kind of makes me upset, because I could have conceivably gotten that knee then. And I just died.
Yep.
We're playing one more.
You're right, Tenebrae. Crypto and NFTs are more stable than nowadays in Russia. That's not really a situation you want to be in.
Aren't you too young to remember stuff from the 90s, Romeo? You would think that, but I was born at a very old age. No, I'm just kidding. My mom liked that movie, and I used to watch it all the time. And while I'm not a 90s kid, I was born in 98, so I get to claim being a 90s. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Be
I don't think
mad.
that's
Yeah,
how
you
it
better
works.
watch out, Benjamin. I am
That makes
mad.
sense. Oh.
When Romeo
see.
says 98, he means 98 AD. He's actually thousands of years old.
Yes, yes. Like the literal 98 year of existence. That was me. It was
I
like
see.
Genesis, Romeo, and then back to the main plot.
Genesis Romeo. I see. So your life has been a side quest until then. So you're telling me.
Essentially.
He only just reached his peak right now. That's why we're in the age of Romeo right now.
The Age of Romeo. Okay.
It just
okay.
hasn't been written yet.
Yeah, once I hit 10 million subs, then the game's complete. Yes, that was. Yes, that was go. Yes, that was go.
Yes, that was go.
I couldn't decide
Yes,
on that was
comrade,
good.
it
Yes,
was
let's
go.
go. That way up. God, Benjamin, I'm so angry I can't even find which culture to be. Also,
It turns out Tenebrae was born before Genesis Romeo. I'm sorry.
well, that's why
You've
she
been
knows everything. I'm not saying I'm older than Tenebrae. She's part of the main plot.
Romeo was alive when the Romans were around. That's why it's called Romeo.
Yep, that is the only reason. Romeo and Juliet is literally about how Rome was personified by a person. And, yeah. Oh, I thought that was it. I didn't know you went over the ledge.
Nope.
You did that on purpose?
Yep.
That actually is a way to counteract me actually hitting you, because the only reason you're vulnerable to the dare is a ledge
Just
grab
because
animation.
of the ledge grab. Yep.
I legitimately thought I had you there.
No. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I was gonna say Tenebrae is definitely an essential character. You know?
An essential character?
Yeah.
I agree.
Can't be killed.
Tenebrae, it was the darkness that Genesis like removed on the first day, like when God gave light to the world. Like Tenebrae was there as well beforehand.
That
Oh,
makes
if I had
sense,
gotten down and got my dare out. Now we're just gonna go. I'll do that and then run away and then do it again. Not to down tilt. Yes!
Man,
I did
shielded.
the
I
thing
can't
where I
believe
ran
it.
forward and shield. I know. I have so much trouble doing that. Also, don't die. Know what he wants to do to you. Got one of the things he wanted. He tried 5. 6 won't work.
I'm always throwing out options. You said as much.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating because yours work. I feel like
Everything is an option.
I throw out one option and I'm in a combo for the next. I shouldn't even say combo because it's not a combo. I'm just in the blender. Like, come on. Ugh.
Yeah, DUD's up air is like if you're in like a 10-mile radius of it, you're being hit by it at some point.
Yeah, I'm convinced
Okay.
it has a win box on it. Sucks you in.
I think it does, as far as I can tell.
No, I wanted the knee one.
I mean, there's one of those images somewhere on the Discord that definitely shows up air hitting from a perfectly reasonable location.
Like, I've been hit by it from below before, like I'm falling and just like it'll keep going. The hitbox lasts so long.
Yes. Okay, you see how that didn't hit though? That back air?
What back here? I didn't see it.
Pray for you, Miku. You can
Yes.
do this papercraft.
Come on,
That's
come
all
on,
right,
Romeo. You're mad. You're mad. You got this match because you're mad. Anger is the key to SDing, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, get fucked, Benjamin! Alright, GG. I finally won the last match of the stream. Means I should probably do one
Haven't
more.
you done that before? Oh.
I swear you people make me feel like an old lady. But you're in with the hip youngsters, so you're as young as we are. What I gleaned from the stream is that the Falcon's natural predator is penguins, but they're learning how to fight back. They're adapting. Trying to design my own little paper craft Fire Emblem character is hard. Okay. Alright, good stream, everybody. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna end it here. I had a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you, genuinely, Benjamin and Fujin.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Really happy to have this on. I hope you guys like that thumbnail. Y'all look really
Oh yeah.
Alright. Catch y'all later. Have a good night. Bye.
See you, man.
And
See you
go,
guys.
go check out Michael.
Yeah. Well, I won't be there unfortunately because it's 4:30 in the morning when
Yeah.
when he's streaming. But